Leinenkugels.
Leinenkugels?
I think so. I mean, it's probably different whenever you're up in the North French zone, but Leinenkugels.
Is it a dark beer?
No, dude, no. It tastes like a lemon.
I'll take a sip.
Tastes like a lemon.
It's like you're not gonna like it. That's what I think.
You've had them too. They're pretty good.
It's like a lemonade beer almost.
Yeah, lemonade.
That's what I relate it
They
to.
have grapefruit, and
like ginger.
they actually have like some dark beer ones too. I don't really care for them. These are just a nice refresher for
it tastes good.
summertime.
That's a good
I
one.
remember back in the day, I used to throw horseshoes with old Denny Bratcher, Kyle Bratcher's dad.
Oh yeah,
And, they were distributing them because he works for the beer company.
Yeah.
I remember we used to bring those in little cups. And them suckers were pretty tasty.
that when I first had them was in Virginia at a place called the Eagle's Nest, and they had it on draft.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It was really good. Hey, this is Journey on the podcast, and we are here for the 30th of. Oh, that was the 30th episode. We're on 31, but it's the July 30th right now. We got some players in the hood.
The whole crew growing together.
What's that? It's not, what to do but do it? I'm in charge. No, but dum. Come on. I know you know this. I know I've done a really bad depiction of it. And I'm in charge. And it's I just heard it like 2 weeks ago.
I have no idea what.
I don't know. At this point, I don't.
Welcome to the hood, and man, that's gonna bother me. Because I guarantee you know every word for it. For it? From it. For it. In it.
If it comes to you at any point of this podcast, you got to just go with it.
It's going on.
Just roll.
I walk up to the hood, I'm always hard.
Oh, yeah. I've heard
Are you
that.
talking about Boys in
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood?
I don't know if I know that.
No, that's not. It's not Boys in the Hood. It's Eazy-E.
I'm gonna see if I can't get copyrighted real quick.
Driving down the
Road
in my 6'4".
Yeah.
See, come on.
I know that one, yeah.
I thought you were doing some opera. I didn't know what.
No, I didn't know what I was doing.
I thought that was a bluegrass song.
I messed up on my lingo, so I started to twingo. But anyway, yeah, this is episode 31.
Daggone.
Journey Unknown Podcast. We are here at the Pine Knot Lodge. You got the usual red on the head. We got Swill.
Swill.
We
Trevor.
He just walked in the door from off the boat.
Yep.
He wasn't planned, but what we did have planned, kind of like some pregnancies happened, we had Alton.
Hi, guys.
Then you have accidents. And you know what? We still love you, Trevor, even if you were an accident.
Yep.
Excited to see him.
Yep.
The best accident I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Top two.
I'd throw my eraser away for you and erase that mistake.
I put out some mineral earlier, dude.
Did you?
Yep. Up at the 23 acres or the Greenville place.
The new place? That's
Yep.
the first time you had anything on it since you... Well, yeah, you bought it, this
Yeah.
spring?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, man, that's something I really plan on doing this weekend.
Yeah,
is
we need to.
the weather's going to be like... It's going to make you feel like bow season.
Oh, this
Dude,
weekend?
yeah,
I've
like
heard that.
74
Yeah.
Saturday?
What?
Yes. Tomorrow?
high?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Some thunderstorms coming
There is a
tomorrow.
chance, but bring it.
I'll take it, dude.
Bring
I
it.
was sucking on the boat. It got
Man.
hot for a couple
Man,
days,
this last
dude.
week has been
I
hot.
couldn't walk out of the house without my glasses fogging up.
Yeah.
Man.
Every time I put my sunglasses on, I'd have to take them off, put them on my head.
This thing.
For
The thing to hold a hat on with.
It'd fog up every time. It was hot. I didn't know it was supposed to be in the 70s. I thought it was supposed to be like mid to upper 80s, but I was going to
Yeah,
take
it kept
it.
dropping. But like you said, I think there is a chance of rain
I'll take
tomorrow.
it.
But
Yeah.
that's all right.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited about all this rain we're getting with the acorns.
Uh-huh. We've
Yeah.
gotten a lot this year compared to
Yeah.
like last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there for a while.
Yeah,
It seemed-
usually we're already in a drought.
the first 2 weeks I was on the boat, which I know we were in Columbia, so St. Louis, and I think it rained 7 days in a row. And then there was like 1 or 2 dry days, and then it rained like 5 more. I'm like, man, dude, we're getting a lot of rain this year, which
Yeah.
is good.
And we had it here too, but then like Piedmont we would get rain, but then like at Dad's place,
No
he didn't
rain.
have nothing. He got like a couple showers, never even enough to like wet the ground, and it literally would rain like an inch or two here, like no joke. We had water running through the shop. Well, carport. I ain't gonna try to act fancy here. Carport, but yeah, he wasn't getting it. I'm like, Dad, yeah, man, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Piedmont got a lot of rain.
They've
up
got a
there
lot
by
of rain.
Ellington.
Just north of there. Yeah.
Yes,
They
Black
had
River
some
still is crazy.
flooding, like
Yeah.
bad flooding,
11
didn't they?
inches in 3 hours at one time in Lesterville.
Yeah.
Lesterville, that's where.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people lost their homes, didn't they?
Yeah.
few.
Were their
I think.
lives, were their
Yeah.
lives lost?
I think there was a few.
There was a
Oh,
few, I think. I feel bad that I don't know, but I also don't know.
Yeah. I don't
They're Somebody in Williamsville's house burnt last night, and somebody died. Was that Jared Aldridge's dad?
I don't know who that was.
Langley is the last name.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. But yeah, like everybody made it out except the grandpa. Apparently,
Yeah,
that's sad deal.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even know that was happening until we was on the way to Tim's visitation, and my boss was like, "Man, he's like, we've been working all day helping Piedmont, and
yeah,
The flooding?
yeah."
I
Dad
didn't
sent
know.
some of the county workers as north as he could, or wherever direction it was, to help with roads and stuff. They had plenty here too, but like I said, some of the roads weren't even touched. Literally, you could go down this road, like by Keener on the gravel, and down by Buffington's, it'd be dry.
Really?
Like powder on the road, and then it'd be a standing water here. It was so many 5-mile stretches would get hit, not get hit, get hit, not get hit.
Mic etiquette, sorry. This is way off subject, but I'm going to
Can't
tell you
believe
next.
it.
I forgot. Ian is going to come hang out with us.
Cool. Yeah. What that is, we're going. Me, Trevor, Alexa are going with Randy Birdsong and Jennifer to
Nate.
Ohio. Yeah, Nate will meet us there he's from Pennsylvania. Was it Jurassic Classic in Cambridge, Ohio? We went last year and had a blast. And we helped Randy with doing a bunch of raffle tickets and stuff, and it was a good time. Yeah, raffling guns
sweet.
off. He had a 5.56 last year. This year he's got a 6.5 and a beautiful like color of your shirt, but like faded American flag logo. It's
Oh,
pretty
really?
sweet. Yeah.
I bought a raffle ticket yesterday. One of the guys I work with, there's people, I've been seeing these a lot more recently where they're raffling off a pistol and they'll sell, say, 50 tickets, and you draw a number. If you draw 1, you pay $1. If you
Oh yeah.
draw 50, you pay $50. And it's a guy that I like a lot. He's like, "Hey man," and I think they sold only 40 tickets, and he was like, "Hey, will you buy a ticket?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll buy one." One of the other guys drew, and he drew 11, and it was like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 was all still on the board, and then there was like 26, 29, 30.
Do you
and
get that many
31.
tickets too? If you
No.
Oh
It's
really?
one ticket, and I was like, "I'll do it." And I like him. I drew freaking 30. I was like,
Better than 50.
well, it was only 40, but I was just
okay,
making
okay.
that thing a while ago. But
Okay.
yeah, I was like, man, I better win this damn thing. $30 for one
What
ticket.
what kind of pistol is it? One of
It's,
those bang.
Smith & Wesson, they had 9mm. Dude, I don't know pistols.
I don't
honestly,
either.
he just showed me a picture. I just said, yeah, I'll do it just to
Yeah.
be like, yeah, because he was raffling it off or whatever. I know it has a red dot scope on it, or
Pistol reflex
holograph,
sight or something.
yeah.
Smith & Wesson makes super nice pistols. Some
Yeah.
of their stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
We bring it a little closer. Earl.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
My bad.
sorry. You're good.
Yes,
gotta
Smith
hear
&
that
Wessons.
deep booming voice.
Yeah, I want to hear that. Welcome to the hood. We always hod.
I don't remember that part in that
Boys
song.
from the hood is always hard.
See, I was close.
Okay.
If I said it directly, it's a trademark, copyright kind of deal, and
Right.
I can't infringe.
Oh,
As big as
so
we
you're on
are,
top of it.
you're no telling who's going to be listening to this and get
Yeah,
pissed off about it.
Easy won't be listening. He's dead. He died of AIDS.
So there's one. There's one guy, but he's probably got a sister or a brother or a cousin,
Ice Cube.
a brother
Yeah.
from
Ice
another
Cube.
mother. Ice Cube.
They were in
Friday the 13th?
No, well,
Or no, with that's called Friday.
Friday. Yeah, I was saying Ice Cube because they were in the NWA, the band, the Eazy-E, the guy that wrote that song.
What's
I-
that stand for?
I don't remember.
I had a cutoff shirt that I got from somebody, or I made it a cutoff shirt, and it was NWA. I had no clue what it stood for. I just liked the shirt, and you can use your imagination if you're dumb to the fact of a rap band with NWA. They use that word a lot.
That certain one.
I had no idea what it stood for. Had no idea until somebody played me a song, and I'm like, "Hey, this is actually a band." I just thought it was like a I thought a Spencer's type thing, a lifestyle shirt or something.
Well,
They
back
No, go ahead.
in high school, Poplar Bluff High School, they had like a race war going on. Well, I was homeschooled, so I didn't know anything about
You had
that.
a race war at your house?
Yeah, I was I was against my cat. But no, my
you
dad.
liked your
So my
cat.
dad's name is Dan. Well, I guess that was the slogan of the race war. Do you remember that, Alton?
I do remember it pretty well.
Yeah, and so you can guess the last word of that. Well, anyways, we was at a football game, and my dad was down there looking for me, and so all these high schoolers were there. I was like, Dan, and my buddy's like, stop saying that. I
Everyone
was like,
starts
"Why?"
chanting.
I was like, that's my dad's name.
That's funny.
The only thing I remember about that in high school was there was like a day, I don't know, it was some kind of assembly. I mean, that was so bad because, I mean, I have a lot of good friends, both,
Oh, yeah.
you know, both colors, you know. I remember it was like, you wear camo if you're on this side, and I think I wore the
They
both.
segregated it that bad?
No, it was like if you're part of this crew or this crew. And I distinctly remember like it was camo, and I don't remember what the other one was, but I wore it too.
Yeah.
I just like, cause it's so stupid.
Red stripes, Bloods and Crips.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
like
I'm not- yeah,
camo with Jordans.
Yeah, I mean,
Something.
that's so stupid.
I didn't. When was that?
I mean, it's-
because you guys aren't that much older than me, but
We
2000
2010, 9,
which we had-
7 or 8.
I think I would have been a junior.
2006.
Something stupid happened every year because of, I hate to say it, dumbass rednecks.
well, we do start a lot of crap.
No, there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
a difference. I'm not trying to be mean, but
My kind ain't as bad as I thought it was.
no, bro. No, bro.
Pretty red on the neck.
No, bro. No.
No, like Popper Bluffs. Yeah, like we
Yeah, I
have
don't know how to
our
explain
small
that.
towns. If somebody drove through and saw certain parts of them, you would just associate everybody
Yeah.
to be like that, and not everybody, just most of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's life.
there's some good old
That's
boys.
every culture.
It
I
is.
mean,
It
there's
is.
good ones and there's bad ones. I mean,
Every-
you can't.
Right.
If you go through Piedmont at 5 a.m, you'll see the guys that are still up from the night before. And you're like,
Or like
Piedmont's
3 nights before.
Yes, old biting your ears off.
See, I've always been like Alton. I mean, I kind of fit in with the hippies, black folk, rednecks. I mean, I can kick it with anybody as long as you're cool.
Yeah, I've never really had any problems with anybody.
A typical like Friday, Saturday night for me, I honestly like I'd start off playing video games with my video game friends, and then I'd run around town for a little bit with some other guys. You know, I just bounced around. I don't know.
Where'd you get your rap lyrics from?
Dude, what was your rap name back
Like
in the
your
day?
actual brother?
No. Oh, so for a little bit I went by A Bitty, and then I Wolfman.
Oh, you really rap?
He ain't-
I used
he
to
ain't
rap.
kidding.
Yeah, I used to rap. Heck yeah, I did.
Dude, he can freestyle.
Not anymore.
No, you got it.
No.
It's like riding a bike, man. Once you got it, you got it.
Were you with us this day?
Mikey was.
Oh, Mikey.
Well, what you guys are listening to is a segment from back in the day when we had Acorn Outdoors. We went to my place and done some shed hunting. In like January, we may have started out with a box of beer. We may have finished with a lesser box of beer. And we didn't really find many sheds. We had a good time. It was raining that day. I remember being nasty. And they're like, yeah, Alton can rap. I'm like, no way.
I remember, like, so I didn't really know. I wasn't like friends with Alton, but I've always been around friends that hung around with Alton.
See, I guess I forgot you guys weren't like close before Acorn.
Are you guys the same age?
Yeah,
Well,
same.
Oh, yeah. Hey, happy late birthday.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
He missed. It was Sunday, right?
That was the funniest.
Was it Sunday? You left him on. You left him
like,
on
what
red.
the
Like you ghosted him.
Dustin texted. We have this little Iowa
Dude.
group chat. It was like, "It's your birthday, all?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, I'd message you because it was Sunday, right? Your birthday was Sunday because you said you wanted to shoot bows on your birthday. It was Sunday. I had a tournament. let me go through this and old Ghostbusters
was
5000.
That's my
Sorry.
nickname at work, is Ghost. And it doesn't
I've
have
done some
anything-
arrows for him that only took me 3 months to do, maybe.
Worked out perfect. Got him just in time.
Yeah.
I got my bow in the back of my truck, or in the back of my truck in case we decide to shoot in the next 4 days.
We are going to. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I was talking about the arrows. I'm trying to get to the birthday deal here. And it was Monday. I'd missed it. I meant to message you on Sunday. I had that tournament and I was busy all night.
I got
So Monday, I'm like, hey, happy birthday, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Monday, Alton or Dustin goes, is it your birthday, Alton? And this is at 4:07 p.m. At 4:09, Alton says, yep. And then 4:42 p.m. on Tuesday, Swinley goes, hey, sorry, Alton, didn't mean to text you. I didn't mean to not text you back last night, but happy birthday, brother. Alton's like, LOL. I was kind of like, what the F? But thanks, bro.
I did find it funny.
He's like, you said, oh, it's your birthday? And then I heard crickets.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Well, so I had
You're already a day late.
so I called him back and I apologized. I was like, dude, if you even knew half the crap that I got going through my
Yeah.
plate right now,
No,
I was
man.
like. I remember doing that, and then like I remembered the next day. I was like, "Crap!" I asked Alton if it was his birthday. I never answered. I was
He's
like,
waiting. He's waiting to blow out his candles, and
You can't even use the excuse that, man, it took you forever to respond. I didn't have my phone like 30 seconds later. Yep.
yep.
That was awesome. No, I ended up shooting my bow.
Good. I was going to
think-
ask you.
I think I shot 300 arrows that day.
Oh,
And
no kidding.
No exaggerating.
Have you
Yeah.
shot at all before then?
No, not since my Missouri buck last year.
No kidding. How's your arm feel?
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to wear it out, and it was war.
Probably a humbling experience. But like, hey, I've been slacking so bad.
Yeah.
I haven't shot since turkey season because I was shooting
Same.
for Nebraska.
Yeah.
I'm sore right now from choking ratchets the last 3 days. My forearms on both arms are so sore. I know it's going to be hard for me to even.
I get you. I got some peptides so you can shoot up
But-
with me.
I mean,
Try to help your tendons heal up.
yeah, both of my
For real though, I
forearms
got
are
some
tore up.
new stuff.
But I need to shoot. I need to start. I wanted to today, got busy
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Speaking of shooting bows, kind of a sad time. I lost a member of the family today, or actually yesterday. Sold my Hoyt.
Oh,
It's a good one.
It's a bad joke 'cause I just lost my
yeah,
grandpa.
I know,
but
that's what I was like. What?
I knew I'd get you stumped. You're
What?
like, yeah, for sure.
You
No,
sold it to Cade?
no, his brother, one of the twins, Tanner.
Trevor?
Tanner bought it. He'd messaged me a couple of days ago about a Hoyt AX. I've been the original version.
Yeah.
A really good looking bow in like the tombstone color. It was $800 set up, ready to go. I'm like, dude, that's a good deal. I'm like, hey, if you're looking at a bow, I'm like, I'd sell one to you for $800 set up, ready to go. Like I'd do all the tuning for you and everything.
New limbs, new strings.
So yeah, I've got over $1,000. I've got almost $700 just in limbs and strings and cables, and I shot it for tack, and that's it.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's an RX-7. He's like, dude, I've been looking for one. He said, I can't find one for the right price. He's like, you did say 800, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, I got a dozen arrows that go with it. They're brand new. And those were, it's like $220 for the arrows.
Yeah.
So he came yesterday, and I'd set it up for him. He shot, and the second shot, I saw him noticing his brother, like, get the money. So
That's awesome.
hey,
I could pay for some gas and for stuff for like a week with that money. It'd be pretty nice.
Go up to Ohio.
Yeah, that way I can use some of those funds for Ohio, and I'm gonna start putting some money back for Iowa because man, as soon as it
Yeah.
opens up,
Dude, I pray that I have some luck, or we all have some luck, but early season, because
I know.
I want to go up to Iowa with you as much as I'm able to, but
it'd be awesome
won't
if I
be
could
able-
use my whole 2 weeks, and then because you guys are coming up to 27th or 8th.
well, yeah, that is something we need. What
I think
was
it's
the
a 20
dates on that?
I think it's a 28th.
I'd have to look at Airbnb again.
I'm off.
You're talking about the main trip,
yeah.
like the big one?
So the 29th is a Thursday.
I could look at the calendar and tell you.
I thought you
29th.
said
So I think
October?
it was
October.
I think going up either Wednesday night or Thursday morning and then staying that. Hold on a second.
I think you said the
Because my
28th.
wife's birthday is the 28th, so
Oh, dude, she should be good.
Yeah,
So you want to
I'll
leave
probably-
the 27th?
we can leave the 29th morning.
yeah.
Okay, Friday.
29. I mean, we can do.
I'll probably be up there already, or at
Let's
least
go.
I'll at least be within an hour or two. Because me and him's gonna hunt. I'm hoping we got bucks down so I can just go hunt and be good. But whatever the key is, we're gonna make our way north
Yeah.
and hunt. Because I've got from the 22nd.
Me too.
I've got from the 22nd to the 9th of November off.
Holy
Let's
cow!
have-
Oh,
yes.
you were worried about
Dude,
not having
I know,
time.
man.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
I looked at the calendar. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
I was like, is this legit? My boss like, yeah, man. There's one go off. We can have two. I'm like, cool.
That's awesome.
That's
So we're wanting to bounce, and then now we're going to have some filmers if we need them. Like, I want you guys to be there when I kill, but it'd be so cool if I can kill, and then you guys show in the camp, and we're like, hey, we're at your disposal.
yeah.
You know, like we can
Film.
get all this on camera and rock it.
We
That'd be
also
so
have.
Is it just for filming?
cool. I'm hoping we're killing. I hope we're already killed. I'm like high spitting scenario, and we put in for Whetstone.
Yep. I'm off from October 22nd to November 12th.
Yeah, when he told me that, I'm like, dude, like that's the same
And
time I'm
I
off.
got another week if I want to take. I can take it in that.
Because that's what it was. I originally had the dates we were going, and I'm like, I think that week before that was completely free. And he's like, well, I'm home from this to this. I'm like, well, why don't I just take complete vacation and we'll just go on a 2-week hunt and then play it by ear what our Missouri tags and Iowa's doing.
Well, yeah.
And then we'll have another guy filming. I'm like,
October Whetstone is if we get drawn. I don't expect to.
No,
this year
but it's a good
because
time
It's
if
really
it
hard
does.
to. But October 23rd through November 13th.
yeah. So man, like, how
that's
cool would
the-
it be if, like, this is absolutely hypothetical speaking, but
Beginning
we
of
tag
season, tag out.
for our tag,
Early October 23rd, shoot a buck,
Whetstone.
and then you guys go to Ohio,
Then go to
Iowa
Iowa,
and
dude.
kill a deer. Dude, that would be. That's
This
like-
is Whetstone.
That's where we went last year. It's
a managed
conservation
hunt,
area.
Missouri.
Okay,
You-
okay.
you-
It's hard to
You
get.
guys should put in right now. Put in
Yeah,
for a
oh yeah,
managed
yeah.
hunt.
Tomorrow's the last day. To put in.
Today's the last day.
The 30th.
Yeah, put in for
Put in your.
It's
for-
eight. It's
for
free.
management
It's
hunts.
free to put in for a managed hunt, but it's if you get drawn, it's $18. You get 2 doe tags Oh, well, it depends on where you put in. But do it right now. You guys should put in.
I don't know if I'll have service down here, but I need to.
Well, I can get you the.
I've been putting in.
I thought I gave you the Wi-Fi last. No, that was Logan.
I don't know.
It's Scott and Alexa.
I'll put in
What's the
I'll put
date
in
of
for
that?
you guys right now. It depends on where you draw. Hold on, let me.
I won't be able to take time off though. That's
But
my issue.
you'll have time frames. You'll have a extended. If you have a weekend that you can go do it, and
Okay.
if you get drawn, it's 18.
Where's it
bucks.
located at?
Anywhere.
It's like
You
3.
can pick-
Well, yeah. Anywhere you
Well,
can.
yeah, no. I put in for
Everywhere.
Yeah, we're all excited
What is that
here.
one?
It's east of Columbia, Missouri.
Okay, on the Missouri,
Close.
on the Missouri River.
It's not far from it, isn't it? Within an hour.
Yeah, it's probably within an hour.
I gotcha.
Big bucks. I'm talking like
Giants.
bratwurst.
Okay,
bucks.
so you know bush wildlife.
Yeah.
Where the hole in the horn
buck?
buck was found. It's right beside that. There also, it's not very far from the. Do you guys know where the world record buck that Missouri
Monarch.
Monarch?
Yeah.
You know where that was found?
I did. I've read that story.
That's right off the Missouri River, and
Yeah.
it's probably 60 miles.
Yeah. This place is
East,
supposed to be
northeast.
really, really hard to get in. Like, there's guys that were working there for 17 years putting in. He's
And they
been
never
working like
got
20 years.
drawn.
17 years, been trying to get drawn, didn't get drawn. Me and him put in for the first time last year
I got drawn.
and got drawn as a group
That's so
with,
wild.
with zero
with no
preference
points. We've never, ever put a preference points in for management hunts in Missouri. Ever.
Is it not? Is it Otter Slough? Where's Otter Slough?
Otter
Oh,
Slough,
tomorrow
yeah.
is the last
That's a hard one I've heard to get
I've
drawn.
put in for like 9 years on that one and never been drawn. But I know, like you said, I know people that will do it like every
Yeah,
other
that's-
year,
it's
and
insane.
I don't get it.
Look through whatever
Kind of
you
feel
guys
bad for the
do.
guys that
But
have put in for so long.
Whetstone is let's see.
I've got to watch my year this year though, boys, because I've got a really good deer around here, and then I'm
No,
going
you do.
to spend some time. And
Where at?
What's the location?
I'm just wondering.
You can just share it on X. I mean,
I mean, not specific, but GPS location.
Yeah. Do you have a pen?
can I borrow your truck?
But so the goal for this year, of course, was to be so like last year. I didn't buy a Missouri tag until I got my Illinois deer dead, and so I kind of thought I was going to do that this year with
Eliminate all options of
it's
going
focus, 100%
Yeah.
focus on this, and that's what I was wanting to do on Iowa until that guy showed up, and I'm like,
It's torn.
yeah, because it's the type of deer that I'm going to Iowa after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so that's I don't know.
It resembles a lot of the Greenville buck we had
Did you
last
show
year.
him the Greenville deer?
I know I have. Surely I have.
I was looking at pictures of the 10 point that was this smaller.
I'm going to
Obviously,
be looking for him this year.
and there's the other buck.
Is
that,
an 8, isn't there?
There's
a
an
big
8 that was a nice deer. Yeah, I was showing Dad.
They're going to be
video the other
4-year-old bucks this year for sure. And
Yeah.
they're going to
Big
be
boys.
big boys. For around here, they're going to be big boys.
There's 2 of them that's.
They're not going to be as big as the one that got hit on the road last year we were after, but
No, but that's
because
for
he
us-
had like 15 points. But frame wise, these other ones I think going to be heavier.
Yeah.
A couple of them. I shouldn't
see.
say that because people know where I'm talking about. But
Well-
cat's already out of the bag. Like it was ran over last year with a bunch of gun hunters and stuff.
I feel
This
like
is the one that was a young deer that I think will be big this year.
he was big last year.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah, no, there's
But-
3 bucks. Like we were after one, but there was 3 of them that they come up. We couldn't pass them because it's bigger than anything we had on camera.
Yeah, it's the biggest deer that I've probably ever really seen. Well, I've never seen it, but this is in velvet. Well, that's hardhorn. He has 15 scoreable points.
Yeah.
I tried to buy
The antlers.
I tried to buy it from the guy that had it, but he has
That's crazy.
double kickers off the back of the brows,
Mm-hmm.
kickers both the G2 split. It's almost a perfect 8x8. It just that's
Yeah,
not
he
a
was very
scoreable point.
symmetrical on both sides,
Perfect,
other than like the
perfect deer.
kicks.
I'm not going to
just-
change subjects because I'm going to show you this deer, but I saw this today.
I don't like seeing that.
I don't mind them.
Where was that at? On your road?
No, that was K5.
K5?
Big timber rattler.
don't
That was
like
kind of
that.
cool.
Not cool. I got snake boots coming in either tomorrow
I've
or
never
Saturday.
seen one that big yet in Missouri.
I hope I
one of-
never
I
do.
hit one with my bush hog the other day when I was
No kidding.
on
So that was
down there in
several
Elsinore,
weeks ago.
but it was
He's-
only like that long.
I
I
don't.
just looked back and I seen it flopping. And I was like, "Holy cow!"
That gives me the
So
creeps.
much. Hold on a second, let me just-
Now every time I'm out there wading around in that grass, that's all I
Yeah,
think about.
I got snake boots coming in this week.
Do what?
Do you like Moultrie?
I just.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I was wanting to talk about that. But we'll go in some camera stuff. Like
Yeah.
you were somebody that I don't know if you. So just looking at you from the outside in, sexy mother trucker, dude.
Thank you, buddy.
You're. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Call the 1-800 hotline to talk me dirty.
But
That's gay. Your maps are like loaded with stuff, you know. So I don't know if you are one that actually runs a bunch of cameras, or you just you put that back in the spank bank and you just know where it's at all times.
So I used to run a shit ton of cameras. You can ask him. There was times I'd run 20, 30 cameras a year.
Yeah.
And I'll probably work my way up per year. Like last year, I did like 8 in Illinois and maybe 6 here.
Are they all cell cameras?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard not to,
but
if you have service.
I'll say, make
Pretty
sure
well anywhere now, though.
this is a good text. Make sure you take the breast pump with you tomorrow at work. Anyways,
For you or
she's selling some stuff. So.
Breast milk.
But yeah, so I'll work my way up through season. I like come deer season, I usually keep the camera box or the camera tote in the truck. It used to be if I'd ride back roads and find big bucks, and we found some giants doing this, and then you go find the property you can get on and put cameras out. More coordinated now. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what a lot of cameras is. Are you talking 20 plus?
When you're talking at least
8 to 10, I feel like
yeah,
it's quite
a lot.
a few.
Well, because it
But
gets
if you're
so
staying around
expensive.
here,
I mean, you're looking at a truck payment really fast. Which I mean, you're really only running them a lot of times for like October through late November. So you got like 2 months.
If I put them up, I'm putting them up probably around now, and I leave them activated until I forget that they've been dead all year.
And the bad thing is, like right now, if you run on a select number of pictures, you got that doe, fawn, and that spike that sit there all day, and you'll have 1,000 pictures. So it's like, man, like if I don't run unlimited, I'm going to miss, because all you're doing right now is just trying to get what's in the neighborhood. Or anything coming back, anything new coming in. They're probably going to leave and come back again the second week of December, but there's a lot of time frame they can get killed in between.
I'm really interested to see what the Greenville buck, the shed buck that looks like
I am
this
too.
year, because it's supposed to be 7 years old. I obviously don't have any history with it.
But we know of a deer that is way bigger than what we had killed last year on the road. I would say.
No,
You don't think he's as big, dude? That antler,
he's heavy. I don't think he's bigger.
I held
but
the
I think
antler.
he's
It's
in
like,
that
whoa.
realm. He was very massive. But the pictures that Bruce had from when he was 5 he said he's 6. He said he's been watching him for that many years. He said when he was 5, he was really big. Last year, obviously, he was really big.
Yeah.
But he's an 11 point, and they're very similar to the one that got hit, but just not as much trash, or not even trash, because that other one's symmetrical,
Character and stuff.
but probably heavier, or not probably, definitely heavier.
He's heavy.
So when you start getting mass, I mean, I would say it was in that realm, but I don't think he was bigger. I think that's the deer that got hit is about as big a deer as I've seen in the area ever.
It sure is.
I think he's over. I think that's a 170-inch deer.
Yeah. We chat GBT'd it, and like we were guessing 165 to 170, and it spit out like 167 to 172 like 3 times. And judging by what it done to the bucks that I know my score, like it was within an inch or two.
It said that your buck that was 137, it scored it with all the pictures at 137.
Yeah, like almost to the
that's
quarter
crazy.
inch or the
It's kind
eighth
of
inch. I mean,
scary, really.
It is.
But if I would love to just get a picture of that deer. I know there's other people hunting it, whatever, that's fine. But the shed was found 50 yards from where my camera is right now. So he's at least.
and it was late. I mean, to me, if they're coming back late season, they're there right now.
Yeah.
Like anything that I've ever had that's big early season, and I lose them for a couple months, they come back.
I'd love to get it. I'd love to get pictures just to see, because if there's a buck, he's on the downhill now. I would say if he is 7, because
it's hard to keep old bucks
Seven's
here
not
like
downhill.
healthy.
Seven's not.
You think
not
even for
downhill
in the
yet?
big woods?
No, 7's not downhill.
You don't think so?
I think deer age different, but
Yeah, naturally they do, but
like I think a big mature buck's not hitting his peak till 6 or 7.
really.
Yeah. That's in all the cameras I've ran. Like that deer I've got on camera, I know for a fact he's at least 6, because
Really?
I passed him as a 3-year-old.
Was he a good 3-year-old?
He was a hunter, mid 130s, 10 point. He was a good deer.
Yeah.
And then I had him the next year, and that's when he really got my attention. He started throwing off that, I call it the big buck kicker. That buck, all the bucks around here, when they get those G2 kickers, it's like, okay, we're mature. We're starting to put more growth into our antlers.
and you don't see many because they don't reach that age.
Yeah,
a lot
you
of
got to
times.
get almost like a 4 or 5-year-old plus.
Yes,
to
I
start
agree.
getting that.
I agree.
But then I think actually that deer, I'm guessing here. Like I said, I passed him on a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. He really got my attention. I started hunting him. Played some crazy games with him. Ended up shooting some good deer that year, I think. But
Is he in a spot where it's pressured, or is it something you think you can, like, you've been able to comfortably like let him go and
so I'm in a
possibilities coming back next year?
I'm in a weird. This is a good year for him because the last 2 years there hasn't been any acorns, and I've got
Right.
and I don't know who listens to this podcast. That's like, I don't want to even talk.
There ain't
about
that many people.
Yeah, I don't want to even talk about this deer. Let's move on.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's how we were last
let's
year. It
move
got-
on.
Yeah,
it-
like
it-
we didn't tell
sick.
hardly anybody.
You know what's crazy too? Like about cell cameras and stuff. I think overall cell cameras are obviously, or just game cameras in general. I think it's good, you know.
Yep.
But never laid eyes on that deer in person. Would have never known that existed. And I had so much just stress and anxiety over a deer that's, first off, public land, and anybody could be hunting. And I know he was too, losing sleep over it. And we'd had him. How old do you think he was? 5?
Yeah, I thought he was a big 3-year-old until last year, but he did have a huge jump.
He had a huge jump, but he also already had kickers. He had kickers off. He
did.
had a split kicker off his back. Not that matters, but
Yeah.
off his brow, and then he had the kickers off his tooth.
From what I would
As
think
a
a 4-year-old around here
4.
looks like, I would have thought he was a 4-year-old when we first saw him.
I'll show you.
So yeah, I think 5, probably 5,
Also, the other
because he was
deer-
pretty big in the body, even in the velvet
So
pictures.
this, remember when I got this picture? Like, oh, that's a small, little deer.
Yeah.
And then I got the next day. It's the same deer, 100%. But this,
Just different angle.
well, I got a
look
video.
way-
He was really bristled up.
Oh
and
my
he's-
gosh, yeah.
And he's he's
That's
a
a
nice,
mature deer, buddy.
yeah.
So
well, he was really. He fought. I was in a tree
what
stand.
was the date of that?
That was November 9th. I was in a tree stand about 60 yards from that when he walked
Yeah,
by there.
you were.
And then
You can
he
almost see it.
Started clashing hard with another buck. My heart was pounding.
In our eyes, it's that 10 or him.
I love that body.
Yeah.
You guys know
Brock
that.
buck.
Brock buck.
Brock bucks.
he was a stud, and and that's the same camera I was getting the big deer on. So there was a couple deer that I'm like, that big one's probably keeping any other mature deer out of there. But I want to show you the picture of what he looked like as the year prior, real quick. Not that I'm trying to stay off my phone, but I
You're
started
good,
talking
dude.
about.
Oh, it's an
we
exciting
can talk
time.
trail cameras. I love that's.
Yeah.
I get just. I will all
I'm
say
getting-
this, get just as much enjoyment.
I'm getting itched up to get some out this weekend. I don't have any out, and finally, I'm dedicating this weekend.
So
And it's gonna be trail cameras
that
and
velvet
windmills.
buck that I just showed you, this was him the year prior. This is 2024.
Yeah, that's see.
It's hard to
Does
tell.
what's the dates on those? Or
That
roughly?
would have been
October.
October.
We got
mid-October.
them in
So that was
velvet.
before rut.
Well,
But
so
his
we had
chest
him-
is still deep.
Yeah, we
that's
had
a
them
good
from
buck.
August till October the year before that.
So it was like October 23rd or something, because it was like the same year as the year prior when the bear thing happened.
Yes.
Same day.
Yeah.
But there's a couple different angles that I got of him. And we were both like, dang, that's a good deer. We were wanting to kill him then. Never laid eyes on him. But, I mean, obviously a good buck. But he made what do you think that is, 140-inch deer, maybe? He's at 11
Yeah.
points. So
I
he
was
jumped,
saying
he jumped
mid low 40s.
30, potentially 30 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What do you think deer have the biggest jump? 4 to 5?
I think the year varies.
Really?
Because like showing you this deer that I've got on camera, if I showed you him as a 4-year-old, you'd have been like, his rack was, let's say, probably mid 160s.
Really?
The next year, I think he dropped a little bit, but
And that depends on like your stress and
Yeah, there's so many
people or how
they're-
much like
Well,
the
yeah.
habitat.
Yeah.
Humans are the same way. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
develops in a different manner. Like
Health 100% matters.
some people are 50 years old, like Matt, and I mean, still genetically just
Looks like he's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott,
had a good
35,
talk
looks
with
like
Matt
he's
last
42.
45.
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I love that dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but going back to the
My
camera thing,
Cripcorn.
Why is she calling me?
My kryptonite.
we're all just
Put her on
sitting staring
speaker.
at our phones. Trail cameras.
Hello, sweetheart.
Perfect.
I'm stopping at McDonald's. Did you want anything?
Nice eyelashes.
Could she give me a Diet Coke? I'll give her some money when she
You
gets
don't,
here.
you know, can you get Alton the Diet Coke, please?
And me, please.
Yeah.
And Swilly.
And I'll
This
pay you
two
in.
Diet
No.
So
Cokes.
here, we'll kind of go off
Did
camera.
anybody want to make chicken or anything?
Anybody want some food?
As a 3-year-old.
What other podcast?
This is like DoorDash, but better.
It was crazy.
You can
Alexa
you can
Dash
grab a
An
few,
8
and we'll
point
probably eat
swim
one later.
and an 8-point, big 8-point.
We just got
swim.
going like
I know-
20
I
minutes
know
ago.
Trevor
Came by me.
works on
They
the
came by
server.
me.
I'd ask
And
him.
Yep.
that's him again.
All right.
Thank you.
Coming
Thank you.
back.
Goodbye.
I was in the stand
Yeah,
right back
that's
here. Here he is the following year.
That's a stud, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's when he got my attention.
It's like if you guys listen at all, you've seen Alton on here. You know that he's
This was the next
Ate
year.
up.
the
And he didn't have He didn't have
deer
a 6x6
finding
that year.
king.
5x6.
He's got a million
No, he was a 5x5 with
spots on
kickers.
He's
on
in the
X.
mode right now.
I am, and then
He's
this
in the
was
mode.
No, he's
this
in
was
the
early
mode.
this
I
year.
can see it in
was
his
so
eyes.
excited. So I will talk about this deer a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Tell us your secrets.
the last 2 years when I really wanted to hunt him, which, like I said, Illinois last year, I kind of focused on that because I had some megas on camera there.
Dude, you sent me some videos of your game cameras on Illinois. It's
Those
like,
were stupid.
whoa, like where the highlight was of like the skyline to the deer's racks.
Oh my
And you could see the light of somebody's house in the background or something.
Those are some of the prettiest deer footage
Really?
because
crazy.
it's just giant fields, just for days you can't see anything, but like he said, lights and stuff, and you'll just see these frames come up, and it's
Yeah,
like.
it was so pretty.
But anyway, so the last 2 years that deer was hard to kill because there was no acorns, and
Yeah.
I can only hunt him when
In
I
the
have
timber?
it in the timber. So
This should be the year.
every oak tree I'm looking at's got acorns.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Yep.
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That'll
no,
keep
it's,
him in
it's
there.
sad to say, but I haven't stepped foot in the woods yet.
Illinois is over the counter.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
$1
what
for non-residents. I think.
One. Just talking about Illinois made me think. Remember when I worked in Missouri Petroleum? Matt, the one that got me. I was working in South Dakota. One of the guys I worked with, he would always hunt. I guess his dad owned property in Illinois and Missouri, and they were like 4 miles from each other, but it was across the. He killed one year in the same day with his bow. He shot like 153-inch deer in Illinois at like 9 in the morning. Drug it out or whatever, threw it and got to his truck, went to Missouri, and got back in the stand at like 1 o'clock, and then 1:30 he shot like 156-inch.
Wow.
That's a dream.
Yeah.
I keep talking about
In a 4-hour
That's about
span.
like Justin.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got that 4-leaf clover in your pocket.
I almost had a really good year. Me and my buddy, and we probably talk about him a bunch. We'll get him down here one day. Big buck.
Yeah, you
killer.
want to talk about
Really?
some
It's like-
interesting.
Really?
Giants.
Yeah, like
Puts
You want
some
to talk
shame
about
on your wall.
methods of how he hunts too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
very
He's
Like a whole
sharp.
other level.
Knowledgeable.
he's killed
about-
3 200-inch deer.
Talk
Wow.
Yeah, I shouldn't
cellular
say that out
cam.
loud, but maybe I'll go back through this and beep that out.
about
Please
3
do.
inch.
Yeah.
No, but like cell cams, dude. Like I've never seen somebody meticulous on those.
Yeah.
Like he will not go into an area until that deer's.
Yeah.
He knows its pattern and it's time to kill
crazy.
him.
Really?
But so one year, he had already killed a big buck that year. I went up and was hunting with him. Earlier in the year, I had missed a buck of a lifetime, which was stupid.
That is pretty stupid.
It was stupid.
That's very.
It's one of those, like, not my fault. I hit a branch. Whatever. It's my fault.
Trevor didn't
Life
know that.
happens.
I shouldn't see the branch. Anyways,
I've done the exact same thing.
so I shot a buck early, like I had rut vacation, like first day, shot a really nice deer. And me and him were like looking at each other, like, we don't want this to end. So we went over to Illinois, and we talked about this on the podcast before. I had a mishap on another giant. So I almost went home with 2 bucks. Like you basically were
Yeah.
saying, that would have been
That would
freaking
just-
cool.
Oh, it'd have been amazing. Like I said,
Yeah.
a deer of a season, lifetime, really, like, especially for down here for me, like kill a 150-inch deer, that's something you're like, man, I'm going to fucking brag about that for 15 years.
Yeah.
But kill another one 4 hours later.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But-
you might as well hang your hat after that.
I'm not trying to detour the conversation, but do you think, like when I was talking about cell cameras earlier, do you think that they take some fun or add some fun to like people? Because
Adam.
you think it adds it?
It adds
Well, I guess it depends on the type of hunter you are too.
Man,
because how many deer do people?
I think it's like a
that-
TikTok thing.
I can't.
It's
I've never killed any good deer with a bow, but I've passed deer that I could have shot that would have been like, if I didn't know that there was a bigger buck in the area, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you would have been happy with it.
I would have shot it and never thought another thing of it. And then you're which I mean, I guess that's maturing as a hunter too. You wouldn't like trying to kill mature or whatever, just trying to set goals to, but even the deer in Lowndes, like the property, a couple of deer like that.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple deer where I'm like, that nothing, not obviously not big deer. If it's something that's even close to like, that's almost a nice deer, I'd shoot it. But you know,
You're looking like 120 and above.
yeah. And to me, I'd be happy with that. And there's so many deer that I get pictures of, like that big 8, that giant 8 that we had over there. Another deer that I never laid eyes on and put so much time into from a churro camera. And then I think my dad ended up shooting it, and we didn't find it because I never got it. He ended up being a 7-point when he shot it, but he was an old deer.
He was old.
The guy I bought it from, had trail camera pictures of him from 2020, and I think he was either the nicest 2-year-old ever or a 3-year-old, and then for the next 4, so I think that he was potentially 7. And his rack, he really started to palmate on that one side.
Yeah. Trashy at the bases.
Yeah, real heavy. I'll find
He
a
was
picture of him. And I mean, it's just an 8-point, and then turned into a 7. But he was an old, nice deer, and 3 years of pictures of him. So never laid eyes on him, and I would lose so much sleep over a deer that I never seen just based off trail cameras, and I'm like stressing over.
I think you look at it both ways.
Yeah.
Like it's so fun. It's so fun
Yeah.
to be able to have a
Christmas morning.
Yeah, you have a piece of property, and I'm gonna do it this year with an Iowa piece. I've talked to Swilly, got us permission on the piece. Like, we're not gonna touch that property until the big boys move in there.
Yeah,
and
which is so good because
huntable.
Since they've taken away us being able to put trail cameras out only on private property, that's awesome that you guys had that. So now hey, we're gonna hunt some public with me, and then when that thing shows up, you bounce.
In Missouri?
No, Iowa, you can't.
Iowa.
You can't run trail cameras. And something about like maybe you can, but it has to be up only during daylight hours or something like that. It's something really dumb. Basically, it's like
nobody would do it.
Yeah, like why didn't you just cancel it all together?
Yeah.
But you also can't use it. So and that's
Can't use it to aid in the
I know.
killing.
So that'd almost be. I want to make that a question for a game warden. I almost want to go find one up there, and people are gonna laugh at me for that. But I want to do it legit.
Yeah, like,
I don't want to.
What's considered in pursuit of an animal?
Yeah, like, do I have to have it picture that day, or like I said, like we're hunting public, which I'm super excited about because I was going to say this a while ago. A big buck is a big buck, no matter where you have it on cell camera or. Like last year with my Illinois deer, I walked into public, never been there before, killed a big buck.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna stop me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But I want to talk to a game warden because I do want to do that on that piece. I want to run like that's why I'm wanting to go up there in like 2 weeks is move all the cameras, put about 4 or 5 more up in different key locations on some mock scrapes, existing scrapes, and just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just let it rot. Like and I don't know. I feel like that's gonna keep the pressure down because this area is a big bedding area. What I've noticed so far, a bunch of does and stuff in there. I'm gonna keep the pressure down in there, like I would hope, and then go in there, surprise them. You know.
Yeah.
So
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, the thing about trail cameras in my mind, like, I mean, they are fun and they're very, good resource.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're wanting to know what's in a piece and to do that, everybody's opinion is different. And that's
Right.
the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that at work the other day. Like, I've kind of got out of the chasing the biggest buck in the woods kind of phase.
Just what gets the
Because I
heart
found that when I get into that mode, it brings kind of negative
fun
energy
out of it?
It brings negative energy and
A lot of animosity.
I'm like a kid. I love having fun.
Yeah.
To my roots.
Yeah.
And it's like when I got into that big buck mentality, it was like, to me, it was like if I didn't kill a big buck, I was more sad than I was glad.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
yeah.
just not
like-
happy with the deer that
Yeah.
you shot, kind of like, if I would have let that pass.
And I'm not saying that's what everybody. That's why I said everybody's different. But that's
what-
kind of my take on that. But I still do like cameras. They're a helpful tool, just
Oh,
like
dude.
or like that. Talking about going into that piece when we know the time's right.
Right.
That's what I like about it. Is because I've always had older men, wiser men. You know, they're like, "Why do you guys get in the woods September 15th?" They're like, "We don't go into the woods until it's right."
Yeah.
I can show you some
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, and it-
Yeah, I've got 2 up in the wall because in
Yeah,
September.
You've had some good luck.
and
in
see, like
places,
I know that's the key to killing big bucks.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stay out of the woods.
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
the government says go hunt deer, I want to go
Yeah.
hunt deer.
Yeah,
Like,
as much as I possibly
There's
can.
something fun about like you were a kid and you just walk down, go sit on the holler. There's a stump down there, and you had no idea what was going to walk
exactly.
by.
It's like the adventure.
It
That's
is.
what we call
It is fun.
We call that. I feel like the last couple of years, you got your like key area hunts and you got your adventure hunts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like when
and
I go to
love
Northern
them both.
Missouri, I'm not expecting anything, and if it
Nebraska
happens,
and
it happens. You know, and not to say I would lower my standards, but
Exactly.
like I'm not after a certain class of deer, or maybe I'm after like I want to shoot a 3-year-old.
No
better.
expectations.
You still keep the class. To me, I still keep the class high. I just don't know what deer are in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's fun. And there may not be there might be a deer in 5 miles that reaches 140.
Well,
you
that-
may have 5 that's within 100 yards of you. You don't even see them.
That giant 8-point when we climbed up in the saddle in Nebraska, where I'd
Man.
already killed, and then we went up there on a Mount Everest
stud.
size. So we were in a tree stand looking way up at this deer, but
Yeah, he was above us.
yeah, but just something like that, like have no idea, and then you
And
got
I have dreams about that hunt.
140 something inch 8-point deer comes up over the hill,
Heavy,
and-
white. I mean, he's white as
yeah.
this piece of paper.
Just something that you don't, like you said, you don't know if anything's in there. I love running cameras, and like you said, like it's like Christmas. If I get a picture of a nice buck, when I got that picture last year, I was trembling trying to. I jumped up. I was at work, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
He called me. He's like, "Check your phone."
I was like, "Well, I kept calling you. You wouldn't answer. I called Alexa. I was like, it's the biggest deer I've ever laid eyes on. I've never seen a deer. Never seen a deer. Never got a picture definitely that big, and just." Waking up in the morning, sometimes I'm like, oh, don't want to go to work. Don't want to go to work.
Oh yeah, 2 in the morning.
Then
phone
you're
goes off.
excited. You're like, oh my god, that's a nice deer.
But
So
I wake up every morning, grab my phone, put it in, and
Yeah,
start scrolling.
I still open my phone up like I'm going to look at cameras. I don't have anything out that's got cameras running. But at the same time, you'll go through that 2-week period where nothing's showing up, and it's depressing.
Yeah.
You're grabbing your phone like it's the girl that just stopped talking to you. You're like,
You're
is she
telling
going to
her-
message me back?
You're telling yourself like, oh, I ain't got a picture. He's not in there.
Yeah, not in,
Knowing
not in
good
there.
and well
that my
that's-
buck this year is a prime example. I had cell cameras up. I had
Never
two of
got
them.
a picture of him?
Never had a picture of him.
Yep.
And guess what? He walked beside my camera, and I shot him at 33 yards. Now
Yep.
I didn't. If I just didn't go because of whatever reason I went, I would never shot that deer.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any mature bucks on camera at all, except for 1 or 2 like 125-inch bucks, maybe in like middle of the rut at midnight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hunted that property.
Yeah.
But he came within like an hour and a half left of daylight, or an hour left of daylight, and I shot him. And the buck I was after for years and years, like I'm like, dude, like
Right.
relying on
Three
camera solely.
years of hunting it. 3
Yeah.
years of him being mature. 4,
Yes.
5, and 6 at
yeah,
least.
I really hope they did age him. I'm afraid Jason hadn't sent him off, but 'cause I got a message 2 weeks ago said my buck's been moved to the tannery. I'm like, oh, cool, it's gonna get close, and I really want to know what he is, but at the same time, like,
I still
do
haven't
I
seen
really
it.
do I really care? I don't care because
You know it's a mature deer.
yeah,
Right.
You know.
But, he's only an 8. I mean, say only an 8 point. He was always an 8 point.
Yeah.
And that's
No, he's
another-
a 9 at 1 year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't
the
he
year
have a
after
kicker?
the year after Alexa shot him,
He had it.
he grew a kicker on the side that she stuck him in.
Yep. But I mean, still, same, and he always stayed the same caliber. Sometimes
Yeah,
I think
he
that's
got a little bit wider,
it's
a little bit
hard.
taller.
It's hard to age deer if you don't have any history because you're like, oh, I mean, I'm not good at it. Some people are obviously good at it, but
I would have
if you're-
called him a
if
big
you-
3-year-old or a 4-year-old.
If you're looking at just simply the rack, not
Yeah,
all
yeah.
deer
No, they're not the
just
same.
have these jump. Like that deer was big as a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, to the year you killed him, 3-4 years of him just being almost essentially the exact same rack, but a distinct rack.
because you would see some deer in the food plot. Well, that's a nice deer, and I watched them out in how many times through binoculars or filmed them through the camera, and literally I'd be filming deer, and you would just see this tree come up behind him. You're like, it's this complete different ball game.
Yeah.
Like you just knew like he was the king. When you had all these other deer, like man, I would probably take that one, maybe that one, or maybe one more year, and then he just walks up. You're like,
That's the
golly.
one.
Yeah.
And then we end up getting 2 The only time we've ever seen him in hunting season, Alexa shot him the first time, stuck him in the back straps, and then I shot him and killed him.
There,
I'd never seen him in
did
person.
me and Alexa? No, well, I can't say it was him, but when I went hunting with Alexa in that. Are they crying or laughing?
I think they're laughing.
Went up there. There were
Doing some
we
more of
saw
that
a buck
wrestling.
in the
Yeah.
corner right at dark. Like it was just like, man, God, if he would just run up here right now. And she was hunting. I was trying to film, but I can't say that it was that deer. But there was a couple nice deer, like you said.
There's always been good bucks on that little piece.
And honestly,
sure.
it kind of surprises me because it's kind of like there in Greenville. It's so rocky and stuff. It's just
There's really nothing.
There's not. It ain't got good soil. Same as
no, it does
Greenville.
not. We got a lot of acorns
I
on
was-
cover.
I was raking today trying to throw out a little throw and grow, and the whole time I was throwing some stuff out, I was like, "This is the shittiest ground I've ever fucking messed with."
But
I know it
that
ain't
throw
good.
and grow, and here's a good time for whitetail greens. Like it
Yeah.
will grow.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if you guys are looking for something easy or something more meticulous, whitetail greens and Greenville's got you covered. It will grow.
I do want to go there maybe this weekend.
No, I meant to actually message him this evening, but I was trying to get back and get the podcast
Yeah.
ready. But I'm thinking tomorrow because I'm supposed to meet Wyatt to get some. Got to get some arrows built for him, Wyatt Friley.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
well, maybe we can talk to them and see if we can get our seed. I haven't gotten seed from them the last 2 years because I haven't put food plots in
Yeah,
because we get so much given for helping promote. And I didn't want to waste it, so I didn't take it.
Yeah, I would love to have a decent food plot there, and I would like to go up and disc
I wish I had
too.
I wish I had a tractor so bad we'd
my
hook up to the
gosh,
truck
dude.
and just go plow some plots. We could get a lot done in this weekend.
We could get a lot done in it in 2 days. Yeah, in a
Because
weekend.
none of them's big.
No, if a half acre,
Yeah.
I mean, especially for me, like small little plot, 20 acres apiece. Mm-hmm. If I could put a half acre tops, and put something in there, that would be. I'd really like to plant some apple trees too. Some of those dwarf apple trees or fruit trees in general.
Dude,
up somewhere.
persimmons.
Dad has that persimmon
Because
tree in his
there's
backyard.
one thing too on the house property. There's
6
like
trillion.
5 persimmon trees on that plot,
Is there?
and that's one reason I think they come. Like where he was coming up at is a persimmon tree.
Deer level.
They do.
I gotta pee really bad, but I'm gonna come back down. I suppose.
No, that's what
Don't get
what
too
we
into
talked
it.
about last weekend about ADD and how it's a superpower.
It can
if you
be,
learn
yeah.
if you learn how to harness it, if you don't, it's kind of like that's how my brain works. And that's what I find like when it comes to hunting is I have so much on my mind at all times of the day, especially now with real estate, everything, family life, this and that. Dude, I haven't even looked at these game cameras one time. And so like in my life, like, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I don't worry about anything. I in fact, the other morning, I'll tell this story. I was late. Boss called me at 6:00 in the morning. Where you at? I'm like, crap. I said, I forgot to set my alarm. Well, you know what? That puts me in a negative mood when I do that. I'm like, gosh, dang it. So I get up, I hurry up, and my immediate reaction is to race into the bathroom, brush my teeth. And I'm like, I didn't hit my knees and pray. I'm like, okay, I get back to the bed, hit my knees. I was like, God, I know this is starting out a bad day. I said, please change my mind. Help me think positive thoughts. I said, help today keep my mind focused. And so then I went on with my day and I prayed all the way to work. But to me, hunting is that time of mind break
Yeah,
where
get
I
that.
don't think about nothing.
Yep.
Like I get out there and whatever comes, I'm happy with. If I see that squirrel running around chasing each other, that's what I like. When that bobcat comes slipping through, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. And so like that's what hunting is more to me. Is that time where I can just sit up there and not have to work. I mean, I'm still going to be thinking. My mind races 1,000,000 miles a second.
Yeah.
But like to be so, I got to pick and choose of what I get narrowed in on. Because I'm that type of guy. When I get narrowed in on something, dude, I narrow in on it. But like I can't do that about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trying to look at your family, your kid, your work, you're trying to do all this stuff. It's like, okay, I got to pick and choose what I'm striving for each second of the day, or else I'm a wreck. My mind's going every which way. I don't even know if that makes sense.
No,
Me
it
explaining
does.
that.
And it does because that's good because we're sitting there like kind of in that hyperstatic state of looking for deer. I got a bourbon. I'll take one. And then, but a lot of people can relate to that because, they're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and they need the hunting's their time just to be like, oh,
Yeah.
I can
snap
get
back.
away from it all. But like for me, it is that, but I do get hyper focused on it, and I'm after the mature buck, and it's not because I want all people's going to think that I suck at hunting because I'm not killing. It's a personal. It's like a personal vendetta. It's a goal.
Yep.
Like if I don't have goals,
You can't.
I
grow.
find myself not doing things. I gotta fail.
Yep.
I have to make myself fail to get better, and that's lacking in a lot of. I mean, actually, society actually is doing better with that. Just a lot of mentors out, but it's easy to get sucked into just like the depression mode of life and let it get you down. And deer hunting will depress you. It'll
Oh
make you
my
happy.
gosh.
It'll make you the most excited, the most sad, the most angry. It's a
You know-
romantic.
You know what
thing.
that's called?
Life.
Passion.
It is passion.
It's passion. But
It is passion.
It won't make. Well, I guess it would. I was gonna say as bad as turkey hunting, but
I don't like turkey hunting. I just don't like it.
I love turkey hunting.
Turkey hunting's like-
but I've come
You like
to
it, don't you?
Yeah, it's okay.
killing turkey.
I could care
it's
less.
what I'm saying is that you have more chances. Like deer,
Well, you don't
you're
have
gonna
hit-
have one big chance that either breaks your heart or makes you the most ecstatic in the world. Turkey hunting, you're gonna get on 20 turkeys and you're probably gonna screw up a bunch of them, and you're gonna be like, gosh,
It's
dang
more.
it.
It's more of opportunity,
And,
Yeah.
and
and you don't have to
also-
be that good at turkey hunting to kill a turkey. But also, you could be like me that like I think I just suck at it, and also have
That's
bad.
me.
You have to be
also
good
have bad
to
luck.
consistently kill
You-
turkey.
you do. You
and
do.
but a big like you don't know what turkey. Well, I mean sometimes maybe, but you don't have history with turkey like a deer.
I know that
you
beard.
don't.
A bird's a bird.
yeah, right. There's something else that I was going to bring up. A little Ted Nugent thing that I talked about. Before I do, when I was
Fred
walking
Bear.
down, I got hit in the face with a pair of underwear. And then I looked up through the steps and I see Archer naked with a little pecker out. And he goes, I was like, whoa, dude. He's like, you want to play? I was like, maybe in a minute.
Yeah, Uncle Trev's here. I'm gonna get naked.
Yeah. But
Hey, speaking of uncles, this spring, one of the guys at work, I didn't realize this. Like, we were talking about like superfoods and like what's good for you and stuff. He's like, like cucumbers are supposed to be really good for your memory.
did I know that?
You didn't know that?
Is it a joke?
He said when he was 8 years old, his uncle stuck a cucumber's butt. Never forgot it.
Yeah. Oy.
Jesus.
Speaking of Uncle,
Welcome to the Journey Unknown podcast.
that one took a.
You never know where
journey.
we're gonna go. And we're only like 2 drinks in. So you can't even blame it on that.
2.5.
Have you ever seen those videos? Like I've seen them out there where I've tried it on my cat, but they say supposedly cats are terrified of cucumers.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
lay a cucumber behind
they
a cat.
jump
they-
100
yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
I've tried it with my cat. My cat just looks around at it like, "What's up?"
Why'd you bring that over?
smack-
I think you got to put something behind them when they're not paying attention. And
Just
then when
anything.
They turn around and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
That wasn't there a second ago."
Yeah.
But
Cats are funny. I love cats.
no, the thing I was gonna say about Ted Nugent, and I think me and you saw and maybe even briefly talked about it. It's like the whole baiting thing being legal and stuff.
Yeah.
So his have you seen his argument for baiting? He has a valid point. Like so many people hunt over corn. I personally, and I'm not saying I haven't ever done anything illegal before, but I've never hunted over corn. It just wasn't something growing up that I.
Yeah, I
no.
tried to like my first couple years.
But
I was
I've
13.
done other stuff, but just like as far as baiting, I'd never done it. But he was talking about he's super pro baiting, for corn and stuff or whatever. But he made the argument that like what is baiting? He said if one guy can put out a food plot, a couple acres of corn, versus somebody puts out a pile of corn. Like, what's the real difference other than somebody had the resources to put that out? Like, a food plot is a way of baiting. You're going to hunt
It
a
is.
food plot.
You're looking at
If you're hunting-
44,000 square feet to 5 square feet.
Yeah.
That's the big argument.
Right. And then you, like, acorns.
But
Like,
still-
you're going to hunt an acorn crop, like a crop of acorns. If you're grunting at deer, what are you trying to do? You're trying
Yeah.
to.
Well-
And it was a fair argument, but he also says some really outlandish. I don't love or hate him.
I don't agree with everything he says, but
he
I
has some
do
really
see.
outlandish views. But sometimes he'll bring some stuff up. I'm like, I guess that's a fair point.
Well, on that argument about the big cornfield versus the little corn pile, it's going to give you an advantage, but it's also giving the buck a huge advantage because they're always going to circle downwind. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
whatever way you look at it, who's got the bigger advantage at that
Yeah.
point? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I mean,
if you're hunting a mega cornfield, then you've got a lot more advantage of getting where your wind's just barely missing them than if you're on a little corn pile.
It's going to get down. Yeah, I mean,
It's some people, like Lee Ellis thinks that.
I can hear that on the microphone.
He says some people say like you cannot kill a big buck over corn. He's like that's not true. He said
A lot of people say, I think they say that to make themselves feel better, kind
better.
of like crossbows.
yeah.
They make themselves feel better by saying it's still a bow. You know it's not a bow. And it's kind of like,
I wish I would have had a cross gun when I missed that deer at your
no kidding. You wouldn't have had that little bit of an arch that would have hit the limb, the only one that was in the way.
Yeah. There's been
I mean, there was a
couple
few, but that was the main one.
Yeah, I mean,
He
just
smoked that limb.
in general, just like last year, I could have killed a really, really, really good 10-point on the property in Lowndes if I had a crossbow trying to get turned around and broke over. From the time I saw it, I could have shot it right-handed, just turned, or what, and done different stuff.
You ever
I
really?
think- What's that?
I was like, you ever thought about why they even put those laws into existence? Like,
Oh, it's a money grab.
like I mean,
yeah.
what do you think they're thinking about not baiting?
Oh, baiting?
But-
Yeah, like
I'm really, I don't know. I mean,
Well, they blame it on
what do you think?
CWD.
You probably have more knowledge.
So
on
I'll
stuff.
bait in the summertime to locate. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do a lot of
Yeah,
it.
which
like,
is
so-
it's technically legal as long as you're not in a CWD county.
yeah, no.
And you have, it's just got to be
but
done
I'm-
15 days prior or whatever.
Listen to what I've never really thought about, like, because I don't I don't do it. I would never do it. I've even was talking to somebody the other day about Kansas because I'm hoping to go to Kansas in a year or two, and it's legal out there. I don't think I'll do it.
Not
out
on public
there.
land anymore.
It's not. I mean, so I don't want to do anything that's going to change that deer's natural habitat, and you go or natural movement.
Yeah,
So you go back to
Yeah.
the even like the food plots and stuff. I was watching, who was it the other night? It was Heartland Bow Hunter, which I love their like the video quality and
Yeah,
everything.
that's awesome.
And they were like dogging these 3 or 4 stands just one after another, and they were all on food plots and stuff like that. And that's not me. That's not
Yeah.
my style of hunting. We were talking about the adventure hunting earlier, and something that's changed in me. Adventure hunting wears me out because I won't stop until I
Oh, my
find
goodness.
until I find that big area.
Yeah.
So if it's a 5-mile area, I'll walk that whole damn 5 miles
Yeah.
until I find that spot.
Spot that you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
And in the more you grow, you can find those spots where you're just like, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do a whole lot of hunting. I'm like bouncing around on different things. Sorry.
I do
But
the
yeah,
same thing.
Like, no, as far as baiting, I don't want to take that deer if he's moving around this way. I don't want to take him over here and kill him here. I want
Yeah.
to kill him right here where he's naturally.
Where
moving.
he-
exactly.
that's just
I want to
where-
beat him
where
at his
he's
own
been.
game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's in the food plots. It's just not me. I'm not saying like when I was hunting Illinois, I was hunting like 1,000-acre food plots because it was corn and beans as far as you can see, and that's part of their natural stuff.
Yeah.
But even like on our farm, we used to run food plots. I've gotten completely, plus I don't have the time and stuff, but completely away from it. Almost to the extent, some of the spots we used to run food plots on, it's just overgrown and nasty now.
It's like
We have
bedding?
we have better deer now than we did when we were
Really?
keeping it clean and food plots and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Creating more habitat.
yeah. I don't know. Just not
Because
me.
you're kind of on the river bottom, and the timber was pretty open. Well, I mean, I say that where me and you hunted was pretty open. Like where Logan was at was kind of thick and woolly.
It's got a little bit of both. You can get down into like the big open swamp bottom, or you can get into that like you go to those hillsides and those like back pockets, and they're thick.
It
you
was
know,
thick there, yeah.
it's just different.
That's why I like hunting with Alton. It's because it's kind of like marriage. Opposites
You
attract.
did call him what, Daddy, this morning or something? don't
No,
take it back.
But like when me and Alton are hunting, like I mean, like if a doe or something like that comes walking by, like Alton, like get her, and I'll be tickled pink shooting that sucker. Big buck comes by, I'm gonna grab my camera, I'm gonna film, and I'm
That
and
makes
I'm,
me sound bad. Like I'm getting
No,
big bucks, you're getting
but-
does. No,
but no way.
it's like no, that's
Get them
not
out of
how
my
it works.
way.
no, I don't want it to sound like that, but
No.
it's what I want. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
You're
love to kill a big buck, but I'm just as excited holding the camera over
Man,
my
I
buddy
I get
in a tree
pumped.
stand.
I
Like,
get pumped filming too.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
and it's just like turkey hunting too. Like I don't have to be behind the gun when I'm turkey hunting. As long as I can get I can be there in the hunt and
Yep.
experience it. That's what I like.
I had a blast with Oakley.
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
in spring turkey season.
Yeah, my daughter this year when she missed hers, man, I was fired up. I was fist pumping the truck steering wheel, and she's just
Why are
looking
you so
at me.
mad?
She's like, "Dad, why are you so excited? I missed." I was like, "You missed the point."
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was
now,
like-
now you're hooked for a lifelong passion that can grow.
If you
and
can
grow
get
and
a
grow and
turkey,
share with her.
a good gobbler, and within 10 yards of you, you did a lot of things right to get that turkey there, even if you miss it.
Yeah, we had 3 adults and 2 kids.
Well, that's what I told
4
her.
adults. We had
Four
4
adults.
adults and 2 kids, and got
Yeah.
within
10 yards of two
close
gobblers.
2 gobblers and 2 hens.
Well, that's what I told her too. I said, "You're 9 years old." I said, "We just went on a run and gun turkey hunt."
Yeah.
I said, "You've barely shot this gun at all." I said, "You shot it once or twice." I said, "When you run a gun, I mean, you've got to learn to contort in different positions. You've got to learn to get, shoot a turkey when they're. I mean, you missed. That's part of it, though."
Yeah,
I was like,
you're
"You
going to.
next time,
You're going to learn a little bit from here and there and here and there, and eventually you're going to figure it out, and still going to lose most of the time.
turkey hunting kind of reminds me of a good representation of a sales business and whatever. Like you're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
Oh, yeah.
But your next thing is where's the
Hunting in
next one
general,
at?
not just turkey season. But I think that those losses or mistakes will stick with you longer, like
Yeah.
eat at you. But that's also teachable moments. You can
Exactly.
learn from anything. And I know it's kind of a cliche saying or whatever, but you kill a deer, you might the deer that I missed. Had I killed that 8-point at the farm, the giant old deer,
Big deer.
how many things did we do wrong that morning?
Dude, when we got up
Everything
there,
we did-
when
we
we got
did
up in the
wrong.
stand, I'm like, if this happens, this is one of those days to where
It shouldn't
everything
happen.
went wrong and it could happen, or everything's going to
for-
continue to go wrong.
He forgot his platform. He was in tennis shoes. I forgot stuff. We were
was
up late.
bad.
It was just. But had I killed that deer, we would have been like, man, we got it done on a deer, done everything right. But really, we did everything wrong, including missing it.
Yeah.
But had I killed it, it would have been like we would have forgot all the stuff that we messed up. I was in a single man ladder stand, and Scott didn't have his platform. He's saddled, and his legs
Just
straddled
about
around
this
a
much of
tree
a stand
on the
sticking out.
back side of a stand. And hey, dudes, it was well after daylight before we got set up.
Yeah.
Anything that you could mess up, we messed up that morning.
going wrong.
And it happened almost immediately being in that stand. I
Yeah.
mean, shouldn't say immediately.
Wasn't very long.
10 minutes, and then he's like, grunt. I was like, God, there's a deer. There's a big buck. And we didn't know because he had just got a picture of this deer over a mile
It was
away.
over a mile away the day
straight
before.
line at noon the day before, so 18 hours ago.
Yep, a mile away.
But they're cruising when they're rutting or whatever, and then he's like that. He's like grunt at it, and then I started realizing like, God, I better get my trigger release out. Oh, I ain't got my grunt call out, and he's digging for his grunt call. Girl, he's like grunt at it, and I grunted. And he's like, it stopped, it looked, just walking away again, grunt at it again, did a long. He said, Trevor, he's coming. And he walked. I broke over on that deer like 5 times.
it was a lot of times.
I filmed it for 13 minutes and it never moved. It stepped beside it. We didn't realize it, but it was on a scrape. And giant body deer, big.
It's an old deer.
Old big deer, but also we didn't realize how big its body was until after I had missed that. A small 4 or 6 point came up and stood almost in the same tracks that it was, and I could see its whole body.
Yeah.
Just in this, I was like, what the?
It
that
was a
deer
brat buck.
Big. And that there would have been a lot of luck that went into that. And the point I was trying to make was, had I killed it, obviously I didn't. We would have been like, man, we really made it happen. But since I missed it, I think of everything that I did wrong versus had I killed it, I would have subsided all of that and been like, oh man, we couldn't have done it better. But really, we could have done a lot of things better. So
Yeah.
sometimes missing, I mean,
Well, you hit that
learn
limb, it could have easily, if you would have made that connection, the next time you got an opportunity at a deer, you may have been focused solely on the deer and that's it again. But now you know to keep looking out for the surroundings. What else is in the way between me and the deer? How's my body positioned? If my bubble, so many things that have gone wrong over and over and over again, it instills in you way thicker than a success does.
the bad part, and the bad part about it, the limb that I hit was the one limb I was worried about.
Yeah, he was
And
he was
I
coming up,
and
coming
I'd
down,
break
coming up,
over
coming
and
down.
I'd let down. I'd break over, and honestly, I'd had enough time to not be
It was
I
33
never really
yards,
got-
but it was a pinpoint. It had to be
never,
pinpoint.
never got super excited. It just the way it happened. I wasn't nervous. I felt very
He
confident.
wasn't
once I
shaking at all.
took the shot, and I kept moving. I was like, man, Scott was.
I was shaking.
Well, Scott was in the most weird.
I was
position
barely hanging on.
on one toe on a backside of a tree or whatever. but-
Cramping bad.
And Scott in the camera, if you ever see it, is shaking. But I know that the way he was doing yoga in a tree stand,
Yes.
trying to film. And I ended up hitting the limb, but I thought he finally took a couple steps, and I knew that he was going to move because if you remember, there was a buck chasing a doe
Right behind him.
behind it, 60 yards, and he looked.
He's
and
like,
once he saw
uh-uh.
it, he's like, oh no, that's my doe, and he started walking. I was like, but I didn't shoot thinking I got to shoot now,
No.
or he's going to be gone. He had took a
stepped
step
out
to
in the
where
open.
I felt confident, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to hit that limb, and I kind of.
You hit it.
Dude, I 10 ring that limb.
He snapped it right in
Yeah, the
half.
first, the biggest buck I've ever killed up in northern Missouri. I remember that morning we had plans to get up, and when I opened my eyes up that morning, it was already daylight. I was like, well, crap, we screwed that one up, and so we still had to go pull our stands down because our plan was to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, pull the stands, get down, go across this creek up onto the next ridge and hang them and be there by daylight. Well, that didn't happen. So I was like, now we got to do all this in the daylight. And I was like, we pretty much just screwed it up. So the whole time we were doing this, we still get down, walk up, find a spot on the side of the ridge, climb a tree, and dude, we weren't sitting there for more than probably 30 minutes. And next thing you know, buddy's like, "Hey, there's a buck." And we look over, and sure enough, here it comes right down 10 yards underneath us. I'm like,
Smoked
holy
him.
cow.
Yeah, you don't.
Didn't
you
that
just never
happen to
know.
you with you and Mikey?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you didn't
guys
kill
had
one that day, but
you had a hell of a trail getting in there.
I thought you did kill it. I thought he killed one like seconds
Yeah,
after.
the one that Mikey helped film.
I killed a big one with Mikey.
Didn't you guys have like a long walk and it ended up being super thick and like
it-
it was late when you got
That
in the
was-
stand?
yeah, that was
yeah, that was
Like one of those,
okay.
another one of the
couple
deals
good-
where it didn't go right, but all of a sudden, boom!
So
it
I've got a
happens.
better story than that one, and it's another. I was wondering when you brought that up a while ago. So it was 2 years after that big deer, or a year after that big deer. Me and him had a history of a giant. Me and Dustin the year before got on an absolute mega like 170 plus inch deer, and so then I got like locked in on the spot thinking he survived, and went up there several times in the summer. And anyways, September 15th, was off work. Was going to meet Logan and Bratcher up there. And we rented an Airbnb, but I had to check into the Airbnb. You know this story. It's crazy. Had to check into the Airbnb at like 4:00. So my wife told me I couldn't go hunting until I mowed and weeded. It's like tradition, whatever. Can't go hunting. Anyways, so I mowed and weeded. I got a cross in the yard that I built that's like my praying spot, and I was feeling so good. This was the evening before I was leaving for my week-long northern Missouri hunt. And have I said this on the podcast before?
I can't remember. I'm.
He's never
I
heard this
I
from.
haven't heard the story, so I'm
We talked about a story that's similar to this, but I don't know if it's this. I don't remember you saying you had to mow and weed eat, and I don't remember that
Oh,
part.
so this is one of the biggest parts.
I'm
Yeah.
invested.
So
Yeah.
I get done mowing, weeding, go and pray, and I'm just on cloud 9, feeling amazing. And I'm walking back to the shop to put my truck is packed up. I'm leaving at like early in the morning to go north. Walking back to the shop, there's these little blades of grass that are up against the concrete. I'm like, shit, forgot that. Start the weed eater again. Hit those. Rock goes through my windshield. This is like 5 o'clock
Yeah, I haven't
p.m.
heard this.
Wouldn't leave at 4 a.m. the next morning or whatever. So I'm like, crap. So I start calling the window shops. Who can get me one the quickest? Patriot Auto Glass was like, we can put one in at about 7. I'm like, okay, that works because I'll miss the morning hunt, but I can still get up there. So I drive over there, was there before they got there, watched the guy put my window in.
Like, can you hurry up?
Yeah, like what I told Dustin and, or not Dustin, but Logan and Bratcher, I'm like, when you guys get there, just go hunting. I'll go check in and meet the lady, get the keys and everything. I don't think I'll get to hunt. So they put the window in, pay the bill. It's like 8 o'clock. I don't remember what time it was exactly. Go to get in my truck. Door handles won't work. Walk the other side, door handle won't work. They had locked my key in the truck when putting in the window. And I'm like, gosh, dang it. So I'm like, what can we do? And they're like, well, we'll call locksmith. So I'm like, okay. And I'm watching the clock,
It's just
locksmith that gets there, gets the hanger into the window, it gets a hold of the door handle because the keys are like in the middle console, and like pulls it. It's not opening. Because I guess when they took the window off, they forgot to hook up the thing.
Oh.
So then goes to the other side. Anyways, a lot longer process. I didn't leave town till like 10, 11 o'clock. And now I'm just rushing
It's
up.
a
and
5-hour drive.
Yeah, telling them, I'm like, guys, I don't know if I could hunt. Y'all go hunt. Y'all do you. I'll hang out, get things ready. I might go just watch some bean fields. So I get there, meet the lady, get the key. I'm looking at the time. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm like, I can slip to my spot. I can get to my spot. So I'm rushing at this point. And I mean, hauling ass.
You said this was opening weekend?
This is opening
Opening
day.
day.
so
Opening
it's still daylight till like 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Time frame here.
So like I didn't know what it would look like checking in, but
Right.
I had time. So I rushed this spot. I mean, I just book it. I already had the tree picked out I was going to get into. I think we have a video of me like, that's a tree I'm going to kill him in.
Yep.
Yeah, Mikey's talked about that. He's like, yep. He said, that's the tree. So I'll be damn he did.
Yeah, and so I'm running to that tree and get up there sweaty just because it's probably a mile in there. I don't know. I'm going to say a mile. It's a good ways in there. Get to the tree, get set up. It's now like 6 o'clock. I don't know. Here comes some does. Perfect down the trail.
like
Go out,
immediately, pretty
just
well.
immediately. Just start pouring in little bucks and stuff like that. I look back and here's 2 big boys. I'm like, Hell yeah, here we go. Get my bow.
Right on time.
And this story just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So can I stand up in this?
Dude,
I have to do it to explain this situation.
Hey, if you guys are listening to this, you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube. So if you want to see some visuals.
So I'm going to tell you right now, I accidentally killed a deer.
I accidentally
killed a deer. So I'm in my tree. I'm sitting here, and it's a big drop off, and it's thick. I mean, this stuff is head high, but if you're above it, you can see into it.
Right.
And I'm watching these 2 bucks come up here. Both of them are shooters. Both of them are big boys. Are you videoing?
I'm videoing you. I'm trying to get 2 videos here.
I have to
I need
do
some
this.
reels.
So here comes these bucks, and they're coming down perfect. So I picked out this tree because there's like laydowns and stuff, and I'm like, and there's a hard deer path right here that swings just beautiful. And I'm like, and they're coming up these trails. It's about to work. So I'm, getting everything ready, waiting for it. They get to the spot, and then I drawled, and then they start beelining straight to my tree. And I'm drawled back, and I finally get to the point. One of the bucks came around and was licking my sticks. And the other buck is like right here, and I picked up the biggest of the 2. Both of them, a buddy of mine ended up killing the other one. Was 150 plus inch deer too.
Wow.
So I've got the tree. There's no tree here, obviously.
that one.
So it's hard to explain. But
Trevor, stand beside him. Mimic the tree trunk.
I'm at an angle where I can't look through my peep because I'm like holding this like drawled back. They got me
Just in a horrible
stuck.
spot.
just stuck. And I'm sitting here watching this. I mean, later on, I end up he's 150 something inch deer, 10 point through my stand. I'm like, Jesus. Well, he smelled something he didn't like. He spooked. I spooked. I pulled the trigger straight through him. I'm like, what the heck just happened? Like, I hate to say this. I accidentally. Now, I could have easily killed this deer if he would have taken the step.
Yeah.
I ended up killing this deer, but on accident. I wanted to kill this deer.
Shot right through my boot and got it.
So at this point, I'm like, what just happened?
Get the mic down.
I watched him just bail. Him and that other buck bail down into this bottom. And when I say it's thick, like, Dustin will tell you, this stuff is
Thick.
I couldn't.
Thicker than a Snickers.
You're in spots and you can't see across this table because of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's about like us right now.
So,
Yeah.
So let's rewind
That's
to
funny.
the shot. When you shot, did you know that you hit him immediately and you were like, holy
Didn't you
shit?
shoot him through the back of the neck?
yes. So like he's close enough that like I'm like you're
You're
shooting.
not even looking through your peep.
I can just hold my freaking bow.
And you're
like
like,
he's he's
that
right there.
underneath.
And I mean I remember like
You just couldn't
trying
let
to-
down or nothing.
I couldn't
Yeah.
do nothing. I'm just in this weird angle. I remember the tree was like right here. Like I'm just holding.
Might as well have had an addle.
It was awful. It's one of those stories like I shouldn't have pulled the trigger, but I did.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. You know, the working class bow hunter, they say you can't slip and fall into a 150, but
Almost.
you can.
Almost.
You can.
So he takes off down into this bottom, and I'm like, I don't know. I knew I had hit the deer, but I was like, I don't know how good and stuff.
Yeah.
I get down there and immediately see blood everywhere, and I'm like, ooh, like this could be real good.
Yeah.
This could work for both of us.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Wow. So I had no service, so I rushed back.
Did the guys even know you were hunting at this point? Did they know?
I don't think so.
That's going to be crazy too. Is if, like you're like, boys, I just shot one. Wait, you're here?
yeah.
So
So
like, y'all
like,
see
not only did I
anything?
shot one, I shot a
you got
monster.
the house set up. I
I-
killed a 155 inch deer without using my peep. I took my peep out.
I Robin Hood did.
No sight or nothing.
So I think my first phone call was my wife, and I was like, I did it. Holy smokes. And she knew the backstory of the window, and like I was on the phone with her the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Second call was a swilly. I was like, where are you? I was like, I need you, bro. I was like, because you were
That was
him
when
and
Sally Joe was there, and I was trying to get Megan on that buck right there behind me.
Who's
Yeah.
Sally Joe?
yeah. But
Yeah.
There's
so
a buck that we know.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
they were
That's a good one. Hey, Sally Joe's in camp. It's a deer, babe.
a really good deer too, actually.
Yeah.
But they were coming back up the next day. I was like, leave earlier. I was like, I killed a good one. I shot a good one. And I'm where he ran, which he knew the spot was like, it's insane. And anyways, they got up there. the story even gets worse.
This is the craziest story. Like,
So-
Could you tell by the blood like what you had, or did it just look good? And you
At
knew
that point, I was like, it's neck shot. And, like, that's really the shot I
That-
had.
is that
It wasn't-
straight
it wasn't
blood
neck
red?
shot. Yeah, just
Yeah.
blood, but everywhere, bleeding
Yeah.
good. And 9 times out of 10, they die. They die. You know, I knew that deer was dead. So I get back to the truck, get down the hill, go meet, because nobody had service. We had a meeting spot. I met Logan and Bratcher. I'm giggling about Logan because I still remember this. Like, Bratcher pulls in. He had shot a buck.
yeah.
And then,
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have heard this, but at the time, like me and you weren't close, and it was just kind of like a
Their
quick
version of
backstory.
it?
Yeah, backstory. I haven't actually heard the full thing.
So I almost didn't even, I don't think I said anything until Bratcher said, I was like, yeah, I shot a good one too. And we're like, let's go. Like a super cloud night. I remember that's Logan's like, I didn't see nothing.
Wait, guys.
And then it's just funny. But it's like knowing Logan, seeing him on the podcast, it's just funny. Love that guy.
Oh yeah, he's probably snacking on something. Well, I didn't see nothing.
First time I met him, he fell out of a stand.
Yeah, that is
You-
true.
we were
yeah.
all there? That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
crazy.
We just talked about that last week.
That was crazy. But so I was like, Bratcher knew that his shot was good. I was like, let's go get your deer. I was like, mine's questionable. Let's let him lie and not even know if it's hot. I don't know
Right.
if I'm gonna go tonight or first thing in the morning. So we didn't get his deer out of there till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
And we're like, screw it, let's go.
Did he kill a pretty good one?
It was a
Yeah, it was a good deer. It was a good deer.
I don't remember what it scored.
I want to say like a 127, 8 or 9 or something. Like
What's crazy?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a good deer.
It was a respectable deer.
yeah,
It was a
solid
good
deer.
deer.
I'd shoot it
It was
all
a
day
salad
long.
deer.
Yeah.
A salad deer.
Yeah.
What's
It was salad. I mean,
Did he like cucumbers?
so
he remembered them.
You remembered him?
So we get after my deer, blood everywhere. Get down on the bottom. Like I said, you get to the spot where it's just like, it's so thick, it's unbearably thick.
Non-navigable.
Yeah. That was the
It's-
It
tallest
does
grass.
get, and it does get thick in the bottom. It looks so pretty and clean and like
When you're up
and
above it, it's awesome, 'cause
beautiful.
you can
Everything's
see
this
into
high.
it.
It's
Yeah.
wide open, but in the bottoms, oh,
Yeah, you get to the bottom of it, it's just thick
It's
stuff. Like
nasty.
you're literally like through bamboo and stuff, and there's blood everywhere.
well,
It's like-
you've seen it during turkey season. You know how thick it is in turkey
Oh,
season.
yeah.
And this is open and bow season, basically same thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
thick.
Deer Ridge or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
I was about to say Doe Run.
yeah.
But we finally, like, we're all dead tired, drug out a deer. I was like, okay, we'll come back. So I think the next morning we all went back in there, and we got to the spot where this deer was just in and out of this creek. Like, we'd follow the blood and go into the creek, and it'd come back out, and like just kept going in circles.
Coyotes.
That's what we think. There was coyote prints
Trying to
like
chase the blood, yeah.
in blood areas. I'm like, man, this is a questionable hit. I felt bad at this point because everybody just got there. They're wanting to go hunt. I'm holding them
Looking
back.
for a deer.
I spent the next few days just in that spot. I think I looked a whole nother 2 days just in and out of this little area.
Heck, I remember going there at nighttime too, listening for coyotes.
Yeah.
And
Now, is that the year that I went up there then? Because you had shot a deer, and we went up there, and all 2 or 3 nights that you were there, you had to leave early. We were going to like the old church house, listening for coyotes.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you were
so
there.
this is
That's
this is like a month later that it's
Yeah.
the same deal. Okay. So
and he was the only one that was super disheartened at that
yes,
point.
yeah,
Oh, I was
yeah.
so
That
depressed.
was my
Yeah,
first year
that
there.
was-
That okay, that's what it was because I remember hearing the story, but like me and you had just met, and like you weren't talkative because you were kind of pissed off.
I was depressed.
Yeah, you were not happy, and you were on your maps, and we were listening for coyotes, and every time we were doing something, okay. I was there for
that.
that.
Was all the P things.
Yeah,
That's where
so I
filmed.
did see Bratcher's buck. He had it there. When I first pulled in the driveway, they were coming in from eating lunch or something. Yeah, and it was a good deer. It was like one, like these, like but a
it's
little
good
bit
deer.
bigger. Yeah, good deer. Okay, I know the story. Then.
Fast forward a couple months, another real good friend group of mine, like Alton, we think we found your deer. I'm like, what? Like I at this point forgot about it. Actually, during that hunt, I probably could have shot another good deer, didn't because
You were focused, like still.
I
thinking
killed
about that.
this deer.
Yeah.
Like this, I killed this freaking deer.
Which is respectable too.
There's Sally Joe.
Oh, no kidding. Damn, that's pretty.
Let me see it.
yeah, it was a very good deer.
That kind of looks
pretty.
like the deer that I messed up.
The
on the
one you
farm.
messed on the farm, yeah, very similar characteristics. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up having a real good buddy text me and said, Alton, I think we found your deer. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like,
There's a
It
picture
was-
in a group chat of one of ours.
it was a friend of a friend. So one of my best friends is good friends was hunting the same area, and
Yeah.
he was like, he's not gonna give it up unless you drop the pin on where you last
Yeah,
blood.
you had to like describe it and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so I dropped the pin of last blood, and it was 60 yards. 60 freaking yards
And he
from
was,
last blood.
and he was dead for that night,
So-
more than likely.
Yeah, no, he was dead that night.
The chat.
The thing was, so the guy who found it was up in a tree down on his bottom, and he told me, he's like, Alton, he's like, I looked down, and he said I could just see this indention. He's like, Alton, you know how that grass is? Like, oh hell yeah, I know how that grass
Yeah.
is. I mean, it's literally above our heads, like past through. He said I could just see this indention with vulture poop all around it. He said he got down, and there it was,
Wow.
and like where that spot where like we all stopped and just kept circling, it was literally like, but just in that, like you couldn't.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
It is.
I
I had
just
gotten there the
think
day after you shot it is what it was. The day after.
I'm shaking right now because it's just
Dude,
like, but
I'm
I got,
excited,
it's
but
cool that I got the deer back
Yeah.
and
But
stuff.
it's just
but
like how it's crazy how a deer can die and you can just almost step on it. And this is
My
like,
velvet buck.
yeah, your velvet bucks are good. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Same. I mean, it was only a day later, but I was within from here to the couch of it like 3 times.
I'm just gonna like really quickly tell the story that it was a hunting show that I was watching. I can't even remember who it was, but there was this guy that was hunting like 3 or 5 acres of corn, standing corn, and he shot this deer in this corn, and it runs out of the. You can see it on camera run out of corn. It was a really big buck, and then he gets down, starts tracking it, like very little blood, and they track all night. They end up calling in drone. They had a drone, flew the drone.
I'm really
couldn't find
considering
it.
doing that.
And then dogs first, then drone or whatever. And he looked for this deer for like 8 days because when they would go back on camera, it was like, man, it looks like perfect shot. And looked and looked and looked, and I think it was like on day 9 or 10. You know where they found that deer dead? It circled back and died in the corn. And it's just like how? And he had video. There had to be 15 people walking through this place or whatever.
Going somewhere else.
And well, just like around the corn and stuff, and you're like, how does that happen? But it does happen.
It does.
And it's insane that like that it can happen. But I know how like the deer that Dad shot, and we looked and looked, and you looked with me, and I looked several times, and I'm like, it's not here. But what are the odds that I stumble on it on a spot that I've walked over 100 times?
It's very
Just
likely.
20 yards. 60 yards
Very
from where
likely.
you looked for days and days and days.
Well,
and it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I think about it because when we left that morning, when me, Bratcher, and Logan left that morning,
Can you get her?
we kind of walked up and out this way. Like I shot him and we came down this way, but we walked up and out this way. We probably walked within 20 yards of him.
No kidding.
Dead.
Ain't that just,
I mean, just-
mind-boggling?
But I still remember, it was just like, I mean,
just that's like
yeah,
Man.
I couldn't see Dustin through this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
You'd almost have to trip over him at that early season mark where it's just impossible.
Yeah, stories like that just are wild. You know how
Yeah.
everything like you shot him, lost him. That is a heck of a story. I mean, I know how disheartened you was.
yeah, it killed me. I mean, it's a deer that I planned for, and it wasn't the same deer that me and him got on because holy
Right.
smokes, that would have been, but it was still 150 plus inch deer, like,
if you're shooting 100 in my mind,
yeah.
And then the
40 something inch deer, that's a fucking good deer.
Gosh, dog, man.
Tired?
Well, I don't know. I can't stop yawning.
I go through
It's probably my body saying, "Hey."
You tired? We're actually charging too.
We've only been going for 26 minutes.
So when do you guys think according to like the moon phases, have you looked at anything like that this year for?
I have a piece of paper. Nonchalant. He's like,
Nerd.
when does that say again? Now, Swilly printed off some stuff today. It has his ABCs in case he forgets it. But we got like some moon phases because we're going to Iowa. Basically, we're all going to be there the 28th of October, 29th of October to like the 8th of November. But I have a chance to go up there a little bit early too, and looking at like the moon phases. And I used to get down a rabbit hole of like, I'm going to start following a moon phase. I'm going to stick to one and do it. But then the more I watch, I can't put pen to paper on what is actually causing deer to move. Do I think it makes a difference, and do they act differently? I do, but I don't know what it is that's like. It's never consistent.
Do you
Right.
follow me?
I just know it's different.
No.
So like, what is it? Drury and them are big on the red moon, and it's the 3 or 4 days leading up and the 3 or 4 days prior.
When does that fall?
The
I
red.
think it said.
So is that the harvest moon? Is that what the red moon is?
Well,
I
I think
really don't know.
what that's considering.
Oh,
red
well,
moon.
okay. No, it says popular red moon window. I guess if I could read, maybe I should do my ABCs on there. So November 3rd through the 7th.
That's gonna be good. No matter
So
what.
which means
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I'm
We're
not
gonna
trying to take
be-
anything. Those guys.
I had work call me 4 times.
Oh.
yeah.
But it don't matter. That time.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from those guys. Those
In the-
guys know way more than me.
Yeah, yeah, and I should study it and at least understand because I do see a different pattern in deer whenever there's a full moon compared to not. But I used to be like, well, I don't see any deer whenever there's a full moon up. Yeah. What I have known to see is if the moon is a foot, or was it above foot and below foot during daylight hours. Me and you've talked about this the day that Logan fell out of his tree stand. You're like, hey, look, the moon's up. You usually see more nighttime critters coming out earlier in the day. We saw some coons that day.
Yep.
It was early in the afternoon. Whenever I got a moon up in the afternoon at 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and we still got a couple hours of daylight, or the moon is still up at 7, 8, or 9 in the morning, I have a feeling about me that it's like the pressure's different. I have a good feeling. I typically see more deer, but I also said earlier, like if I only hunted when the moon's a foot or above or below, if you only hunt then, you're going to swear that that's the only time deer are moving because you're not out any other time, which I'm out too, but I really pay attention to those style moons. The thing is, I don't know what that correlates to, like the harvest moon or the new moon or the red moon. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I do like when the moon is available during daylight hours.
I will
like
say
that.
this. My wife's an ER nurse. Been an ER nurse
was
for
about to
19
say that.
years.
I don't sleep when there's a full moon.
Exactly.
I have
That's what I
nightmares.
was about to say.
I'm angry.
Yeah. So the ER is crazy in full moons.
Yes, man.
So obviously
There's always
it
been a
affects
joke about that.
humans.
Yes.
It affects deer. It affects everything. You
Yeah.
know. So what is it? Astronomical. Like I'm with you. I don't understand the correlation.
There's a greater
like,
power than we understand that has
Yeah.
an influence on us.
I don't get it.
In the
It
same
is
way with
interesting.
it is very interesting. And also, excuse me, like whenever deer want to move on higher pressure days. So like if you pay attention to your own body, when it's a low pressure day, you just kind of have more of a slug to you. Whenever it's a better pressure day, if you have those days, I feel good. What's the pressure? They're like a lot of times more than not, and this is just kind of theoretical, it may be a coincidence, maybe not.
That'd be something to
But you
study.
feel better. It would be, like, hey, if I feel good today,
The deer ought to feel
when
good.
all in reality, like we're all animals.
Yeah.
We're all some kind of animal in us. And I mean, not saying we came from apes, but we have Mother Nature's instinct in us. We have God's instinct in us. Something about us has to correlate in some way or another. And I'm saying there may be a little bit of value to that. I don't know.
Maybe we should study it more.
I think we should pay attention more, really. And it might not be as complicated as we think because we're just not really focused on it.
You know who we ought to talk to? Like, I mean, when you talk about deer movement and this kind of stuff, probably we ought to get a bunch of hippies together. I mean, like, they may not be into hunting, but they can probably tell us
We could
about
probably
about-
learn something.
Was it
Or forget
zodiac
something.
signs?
Yeah,
What are you?
Not
Dude,
really
some
so
people
much
like-
like fortune telling or
Yeah.
nothing like that, but just, because, I mean, they're
in touch with their spirit, like
Yeah.
spiritual powers, like just in a little better than we are. We let everyday life just completely consume us. But like you're the most hippie out of all of us. But like that's awesome because you can find the simple joys in life, and it's honestly probably way more fulfilling than our 10 seconds of dopamine hit. Really.
Well, I was talking to a buddy I work with, good dude. He's a logger, and like he loves cutting trees down. And I've always been that type of person. Like I know that logging has a purpose, and I'm not against logging. I'm not a tree hugger. You know what I'm saying? But my spirit is different than a logger's. Whereas I walk up to a giant oak tree, and I'm like, golly, dude. That thing's been there forever.
Yeah, I don't
like
really
the
wanna just
stories
cut
it
it
could
down.
tell, and it's just got this aura about it to me. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Energy,
but then you talk to a logger, and they're like, I want to cut that sucker down, like, and it's like, well, I mean, and there's, I'm not saying there's
It
anything
has to be
wrong
done.
with that.
It has to be done.
that's why everybody's different. But that's why I was telling him, I was like, that's why I'm not a logger, because like I'd make it to that big oak tree and be like, man, you did it, buddy. Like
How much were these saplings I cut?
Speaking of that, something I don't understand that somebody needs to shine some light on to me. Why is Missouri go in? Why does Missouri Conservation go in, and they're doing it on some public over by my house, and cut everything out of there besides pines?
I don't know.
Why is that?
I don't know. And after 3 or 4 years, it creates a big bedding area, a good bedding area, but it's so large. And then Missouri is, walk-in access only on public land. You can't access it. It's physically impossible to access the land after a couple of years, literally after digging and cutting it. I don't know what their reason is behind
so
that.
like I was talking to somebody the other day.
We need to get a forester in here.
I was like, I wonder what, like the Elsinore area looked like back in like 1700s,
Yeah.
And they said that back in the day it was primarily pine trees. And so I don't know if that's what they're trying to do.
I have heard a lot of our hardwares have been implemented.
If you look back at like the old Grandin sawmill photos and stuff, 90% of the woods, are giant pine trees, So I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, is just get their native species back.
Restore it back to the way Mother Nature had it. Because, Mother Nature knows best. Even though we come in like, oh, that's a problem. Dude, this earth has been here for a very long time, and it's established itself, and it knows how to take care of itself. And we are impeding on what Mother Nature is doing. Right. We think we know best. Are we smart individuals? Yeah, but at the same time, we're pretty freaking dumb.
Yeah, and that's where like the hippie comes in. I find interest in that.
I agree.
Kind of stuff. Because I'll talk to these loggers and they say, if you slash, or you just strip down everything in timber, pine trees will usually come up first.
Yeah.
You cut them down, oak trees will come up, and it's like, how does that? It's crazy to. And then some places it's just like a mixture. More oak, and I don't know really much about it, but it's crazy to watch the different species that'll come up and survive. And
ask that specific question to one of your logging buddies. Like, why do they go into these big areas and cut everything out besides the pines? Obviously, there's got to be a reason. I'm curious on the reason.
They could say, for one, because pines aren't near as profitable.
Yeah, that's what.
Which is a reason. And no matter what it is, loggers, they may be in it for the environmental benefit, but they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
But that's conservation that's doing that. Like
but
what I'm, because me as a hunter, it's a selfish thought. It's like, I would rather go in there and cut all the pines out of there.
And they may be like, hey, you're thinking of right now picture, but you're not looking at 30, 40, 50, 60 years in the future whenever that's allowing new growth to happen, and there's going to be the oaks. That may be the reason too.
Typically, what I see is when those pines, like when it's a big pine woods, then you get all the pine needles, and then like
covers the floor.
You don't have vegetation
and nothing
on the bottom.
Can grow. Yeah.
You're just going to have this big open pine forest. So it's just confusing to me. And then
I get it, because like you said, whenever you do that and you strip it out, anytime you have a log road, what do you got next? You got pine trees growing in it. Yeah. Like they take over.
Yeah, that is cool.
Absolutely,
or sides of the road.
Yes,
there's all pine trees.
That's all you see. So yeah, I guess it may just be a pine forest after that. So then it's almost defeating the purpose, because then if you're looking at profitable oaks and hardwoods, and you're only going to grow pine trees again, now you can no longer profit off that land. So that is a good question. That's a deep question.
Yeah, I don't
to me.
get it. Again, I'm on the selfish side, thinking I would rather have like a big oak savanna, but
I don't. So the big idea here is, in a world full of pine trees coming up, be an oak.
Yeah,
be an oak.
Yeah,
be different.
Be a white oak. Be a white oak, black oak.
Well, that's like when I come up with coin the term acre outdoors. Honestly, I did that over Ethan in high school. His teacher made fun of the way he said acre. Well, then I got to thinking on it in my weird mindset, and I was like, there is a deeper correlation to that, because an acorn, it starts out as a nut, and then it gets buried under the ground, goes through a season of not much and nothing, and then next thing you know, it sprouts up, and 40 years down the road, it's a giant oak tree, and you're like, holy cow. And then you're looking at it like, gosh, dang, that started out as a little nut,
Then you're finding the rebirth of what started that tree.
Yeah.
It is kind of a beautiful cycle. If you could ever just stop and think about it and slow time down, it'd be like, we're such a small, minute thing in the entire system.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool to think about. And that, like when you talk about, you go hunt and you slow down, and you take the little things like the squirrels chasing each other, and that's big. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh man, this buck hasn't showed up on camera. You know, it's good to just stop worrying about that for a little bit and enjoy all those finer things. It's actually a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know,
and and that's the thing is, I think sometimes in this world, I'm speaking for myself. Like I get so stressed out, and that's why, like, the older I get, like, getting older is a beautiful thing because there's a lot of growth happening in my life.
a lot of pain.
But there's a lot of pain, and like, I mean, whereas, you know, we used to have get-togethers all the time, and we used to just do nothing but have fun and do this, and it's like, I don't do that anymore. But it's like I'm chasing so many things. It's like time just gets away from you
all the
before you
time.
get, you know. And that's why I love doing these podcasts. It makes me come every week, and we're going to get together and we're going to talk about something.
Gets me excited about things. Like
Exactly.
I am pumped right now with the storytelling, and like and a lot of them's been failed attempts. And I'm telling you, that's what brings you in. And that's one thing I don't like about like the crossbow too. Come back to that crap.
This is all.
If you hand, so you can legally hunt at 6 years old
With a crossbow? Yeah.
within it. You can legally hunt.
Okay. Yeah.
If you hand that kid a crossbow, and every year over that illegal corn, they sell deer corn in Walmart.
That is the
It has been
funniest thing.
illegal for a very, very long time. They sell deer corn in Walmart. You go pour out your deer corn. Guess what happens whenever it's September 15th and you have deer and corn on the ground? You have deer come in. And if you're giving that kid or anybody, especially new, something that is already kind of above the norm for ease, and you're putting it over bait, like you're setting them up for failure because you're not giving them those attempts like to fail. You're in a hunting blind, you're shooting over corn, you got a crossbow. How many years can you do that and still give them the excitement? You know what I'm saying? Like you need to fail. You need to have that hard time to get better and enjoy the good times. Whenever I was 6 years old, I could pull back a 25-pound PS. I probably couldn't. I only weighed 35 pounds. But it's like, you look forward to all these things, and you get all the times like, Dad, I want to go to deer camp with you. Well, when you reach a certain age, buddy, you know, you can come hang out with us. And half the time they're like, hey, you can drink a beer with us if you're here because you're around the guys. You know, like as a kid, you look forward to that. And if you're going to sit there and snarl your nose behind the camera, like you were probably there too. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us have all been there.
Or you wish you were.
You wish you were, you know?
Yeah.
And like it's, I guess I call it like a rite
Don't
of
tell
passage.
your mom about this.
Yeah, don't tell your mom about that. It's like a rite of passage too. And don't start out. And another thing too, like if they go out there and shoot a 150-inch buck, their first deer, man, that's going to ruin all those times you could have shot that 110 and been really, really excited.
I thought crossbows was a new invention.
I did.
After I had killed my first deer at 10 or 11 years old with a
I didn't know they've been around since
30
AD.
If you look back,
5-pound
sorry.
draw. No, well, no.
Achoo.
I was thinking about this.
Yes.
I've thought about this several times. If you watch like the old like movies and stuff, like I mean, like even Game of Thrones, like some of these old movies, it always portrays like I feel like the bad guys have crossbows. I'm serious. If you start paying attention to this, like the
History has a way of repeating
like
itself.
the bad guys had crossbows. Like I remember, I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, but Jeffrey, he had this crossbow, and he's just like walking. He's an awful dude. But the good guys shot bows. Bad guys had crossbows. Yeah, that's how it goes.
So here's
It's
a
simple.
thought too. It's like, you know, if the law says that no baiting corn during deer season, then why does the government even allow production of bags that say deer corn? Like, I mean, you think that they would stop that? It's like they're baiting you to bait the deer. You know,
Well,
it's like
why do they give you the 3 and free whenever they pick up the druggiends on Piedmont
Exactly.
Street? Because it's money.
Whenever you think about that idea, it's a
Watch
wild
camera, please.
cycle.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I'll
Please
get
tell me you brought food for all of us.
Holy
Did
We
you
got
really? I
McChickens.
was joking.
Got 10 McChickens.
You want to take a pause break?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give us a pause.
Yeah.
Man, we were on a rant, and then Alexa walked in the McChickens, and I'm like, okay, cool, the rant's over. And then she started in with, she was listening to Joe Rogan or something, and he said, basically, like, if you're a organized sports and you go from shooting a compound bow to a crossbow, you're choosing to be on the JV team. I'm like, well, I can't help this. It's just going to keep going the way it is. But we did get some McChickens in us, some Diet Cokes, and we feel better.
Bush Light.
DC,
What
Bridge
is-
Sig.
Fridge Sig, yeah.
Fridge Sig?
All the guys at work, they're all like, you know,
Is that what that is? Diet Coke's called a fridge stick?
Fred.
fridge.
Fridge
Oh,
Sig.
cold.
Fridge Sig.
Yeah.
I never heard it.
And you ever get them when they're like, they got a little froth?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's like a cigarette after sex.
Oh.
Slurp and burp.
No.
We'll get on one of those topics, or what we do?
Yeah, for every awkward silence, a gay baby's born. And we don't need any more of those in the world.
I was gonna have a third one.
Well, if I do, we're calling the doctor.
We're calling the.
We're trying to figure out who the dad is.
What,
Oh, but you know what you guys should do?
Hold on.
Before think of it is tomorrow.
Read
I forgot.
this. List and everything. Very thing. Final thought. Just read it.
what's
Don't,
your thoughts?
don't proofread it. Just read it. I don't know what it says.
Great hunters consistently play the wind, hunt smart, access routes, and adapt to changing conditions. The moon may influence movement, but success usually comes from discipline, scouting, patience, and being in the right place when the opportunity arrives.
Shooting crossbows. I didn't know what it said. I just Swilly done some it says chat GBT.
Yeah.
Like put in a bunch of information that spit out our like itinerary and like our thoughts for the evening. So I just went down to two.
The funnels and dough bedding.
Well, I didn't want
all
more
day.
gay babies
Red
being
moon
born, so.
all day. Keep cruising all day.
What's that for the new moon? Or the does it say that?
No, it says funnels and dough bedding is all day. November 1st through the 4th.
Okay, the time frame.
November 3rd through the
That is a
7th.
good
Red
time
moon
frame.
discussion window, which is also all day.
That's the 3rd through the 7th.
Yep. And then November 5th through the 12th. Peak cruising and chasing all day.
So
You remember that-
Stay in the
Trevor,
woods.
you remember that-
Basically what we're getting here.
Stay in the
This
woods.
is that one time you took rutcation November 1st to the 7th, and
Yeah,
we
it
saw
was-
about 2 deer.
0 deer. No
Dude.
bucks. No bucks.
We
That was
had
in
the-
2023. It was
Was that the
warm.
year of the bear?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
we
the
took
year of the
off. We had a week long vacation, and we were hunting some spots that was we know was good from the past. We know was good from people talking, and just walked in and found places that's good. Like I don't feel like I'm dumb in the woods. I'm nowhere near the top hunter there ever is, and somewhere in between the middle of mediocre. We had the worst absolute luck on seeing deer that I've ever had in my life. Like
Yeah,
that
was a
that
horrible,
rut trip right
horrible
there
year.
solidified me to be like, I don't like
I
hunting
hate
ruts.
hunting the rut.
I don't like hunting ruts. I hardly ever have much success during the rut.
The rut. I mean, our hunt that last year at my farm was a perfect example of this. Like,
Oh.
you're either in them or you're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And-
that's
That's the case, man.
Didn't-
There's nothing you can do other than like sitting in the stand. Time is
Yeah, just
with everything.
Didn't Ken? We went to Ken folks that year. We talked to Jeff Davis,
Yeah,
and
and
we were
like,
like, "Man,
man,
nothing."
stuff.
He's like, "Man, there's what are you talking about?"
He said, "This is the
he
best
owned
rut he's ever
property
seen."
2 miles from where we're at. He's like, "You're chasing everywhere." Every time I go to the woods, Buck's running, chasing those, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, we didn't
Like
see
we're seeing absolutely nothing.
and we
We're
didn't miss
trying
a
to
hunt. We were out
No.
there early in the morning. We were there early in the
Late.
afternoon.
Yeah,
Like we didn't joke around. When we actually get to hunting, like we're not out drinking beer. Or part. We may be up late just because we're naturally up late, but we go hunt. And I'm telling you, that sucked. And the temperature and the weather was perfect. It was calm. It was cold. It was sunny. Nothing. I mean, nothing.
I think there's a
Did you try hunting at nighttime?
I don't even know if I saw a deer at nighttime. To be
I
honest
saw a
with you.
bear.
I did see a bear.
You know, that's. I think, and I might get off a weird rant here.
You're still there, you say it.
Yeah. So like that rut period. So you say you have a high deer population
Hold on
area.
a second. I don't think I hit record. I know I pressed a button.
Can you look on there and see if it's
Well, I didn't.
recording?
But what I'll do, I'll use the footage on that. But, oh crap! Oh, what'd I do?
Line and Google.
Oh, God, that's the beginning.
What did I hit?
Deleted this whole podcast.
Yeah. No, it should override it. All right. Well, if you listen to the last 5 minutes on that camera, whatever I usually I hit pause.
Yeah.
I hit that, but then it just started it over. So something didn't work. So our voices are going to sound different, but go ahead, Alton. I think we're good now. Uh-oh.
Take the trash out.
It's 9 o'clock already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say it already. I thought it was later whenever Alexa came in.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot later.
Anyways, high population areas. This is something I think I've figured out. High population areas is a lot like that. So
Hard.
in the rut, you would think high population area should see a bunch of deer. A lot of times you
1
don't.
second. That way I can time that. Sorry. If I
Do I need to restart? or-
Baby shark.
no, you don't want me to start. If I don't, I'll have to go through and do frame by frame by frame on your mouth
Gotcha.
and that audio
Okay.
when I can go in now and hit the clap. That's sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I fumbled it.
And I think that goes back to like you hear those guys where they're shooting a crap ton of does to keep their
Does, trying to
population
keep
down.
the
Yeah.
50,
You know,
50.
because like that's my farm. It's like if in the rut you're either in them or you're not. But early season at my farm, you can see hundreds of deer. You know,
Yeah.
hundreds of deer. But then you go up to like northern Missouri or even what's even crazier was Illinois last year. The counties I were in, you couldn't shoot a doe. I don't remember the exact dates, but until like later on into October because their
Really?
population's so low. There's way more bucks than does.
Really?
They do more rut things there too.
And I think exactly. I think if you can hunt those pinch points, funnels, and stuff in those better, I'm gonna say better deer population areas, not the more numbers, but better in the sense of less does
Right,
and stuff like that. And you're more likely to see those cruisers and stuff like that. You know,
I mean, it makes sense. If you have 2 bucks on your farm and 50 doe that's going into heat, they could be anywhere. But if you have just a couple doe and then several bucks,
They're gonna
chasing
have to
2 deer,
move. They're going to be responsive. They're going to have to move.
now don't get me wrong. Like if you're in a high population
it could happen.
deer area and you pick out that perfect spot, then you're gonna see everything. You're gonna see every buck on that farm. You know, the does and like. But then you can go right across the field and not see.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah.
because they're not moving. They're not. But yeah, I do love the rut. I love early season. I love October. I love November. Not December. I don't like December.
Yeah,
It's like
He likes late.
I like late season. I'm the most aggravated during late season. I'm depressed because I've seen everybody that didn't hunt at all, didn't put any time in,
Killed
went out
big
there
deer.
and sat on a stump and shot a big buck, and now they're the big buck killers. It's like, dude, can we have more of a conversation like than that 2-hour window you just put in? Some people put in time and kill deer, and that's fine. Rifle season is fun. I love the camaraderie, but it sucks as a bow hunter to put in 100 hours already in a stand, and then you may have had success, you may not have, you may have passed on deer, you may not have. And then late season comes in, you're still trying to fill a tag. Now, I have seen some of the best deer late season, but it's few and far between. Then all of a sudden, boom, you'll have one of those evenings where there's literally 50 deer out in the field. You're like, where have you guys been the last month? Like, seriously, like, where have you been? I've hunted this same spot. So has 15 other guys, and nobody saw you guys. Where'd you come from? They just go in a hole and hide. But late season, and I've learned to listen to like the juries and them, they will say like the deer are most killable, like pattern wise, on like the early season and the late season, especially
Getting
if you have
back on
a
those
food,
food
sources.
source.
And food sources is everything, and that's where like if I put food plots in, I'm not really upset that I don't have any in yet because I'm gonna plant some stuff for late season because that's my biggest struggle. Right. And I've never ever filled both my Missouri tags for beginning and late bow season.
Yeah.
So that's my goal this year is to fill beginning and
tags?
late. Yep. And I want to get
three.
some food season.
3. Missouri.
Man,
I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah,
I'm hoping I
John.
got 4 with Iowa management and Missouri, but I can wish in one hand and in the other.
Yeah.
You guys, speaking of that, it is tomorrow, the 31st. But you guys,
Yeah, for the management
I'll do
hunts.
that tonight
Yeah.
when I get home.
See,
Yeah.
my goal this year is to kill as many deer as I can. If I can kill 11 deer before I go to Iowa,
I don't want you to say that almost because that's what you said last year. I think you need to change your ways, bud.
Literally reverse psychology.
that was a weird year last year. I don't know, but
Yeah, like you were
I've
hunted
had,
in the rut.
my boss talks about this all the time, and I don't know if it's something that correlates with it, but like how you're living versus your hunting. Like he correlates hunting and spirituality hand in hand. Last year I don't think I was in the right spot in my life. Had the worst year I've ever had. So this year I feel like I'm really good. So we're gonna see.
I hope it works.
I mean,
If not,
I'll
we're
never-
back to the drawing board. If
I'll
not,
never. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that it would be.
it should definitely help in just your preparation and
Well,
your mindset going in.
Yeah.
your mindset, no matter what happens, if you're in a better spot, is going to be better. If your mindset ain't great and your situation ain't great, you're going to take it worse. I mean,
Well, I've always,
karma's a thing, but at the same time, it's like it's just how your mindset portrays situations reflects everything.
yeah. Man, I'll never forget that first hunt me and you had at Alligator Flats that one time, man.
Alligator Flats.
That's what the spot up by the farm we
Next,
call.
it's right next to Crocodile Bend.
Yeah. But anyway, so like
Not too far.
Alton had been hunting, his private farm, and he's like, I want to branch out and hunt some public. I was like, all right, let's go. I was like, there's a piece that I've always wanted to check it out. We go climb a tree up there, and dude, that was one of the best hunts.
That was awesome.
Still to this day, I think there's probably footage on here still. I mean, we had probably about, what do you say, like 20 or 30 deer out in front of us all evening. I mean, they'd just be come pouring out of everywhere. And he's like, he kept looking at me. He's like, are you sure this is public? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I think so. I mean, according to Onyx, this is National Forest.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of this too, but like going to your point right there about how like you're on public land and it was a really good spot.
Public around here just as good as private.
Yeah, and the deer that we were hunting is private or public in all the directions, and I think that most people not having like private land to hunt. If you really want to find good hunting, Missouri is a good state to have good public hunting, and I mean, you may have to put in a little work, put a little more hoof time in, going to different places, but I mean, just around our area, Greenville has good.
Careful what you say.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm about to go to Greenville.
I mean, they may be a little bit smaller than your class of deer you're hunting.
Yeah,
but
if you're looking at 100 as Boone and Crockett, you can go after 100 deer.
But
all day long.
Out there at the flatlands in different
Yeah.
places, there's
giants.
There's a lot of middle of nowhere places that's got something there.
and just hunt like these patches of 3,000 acres, and you just take off hiking. And what you were saying earlier, those adventurous hunts, I was wanting to say this earlier. When me and Scott have went to like Nebraska or just these places that we've never hunted, and it's almost like there's no overthinking it because there's not a deer that you're looking for.
You let your
There's
guard
no-
down.
and you're just kind of like, let's just hunt and go to it. Man, that is so much fun. I enjoy it so much because
that goes back to you
there's
not
no-
having trail cameras. Like we didn't have trail cameras. We
no,
were just
you have
hoping.
no clue what you're hunting, but the mystery of it is fun, and I
Yes, it
enjoy it a lot. I really enjoy it.
It's like that little kid feeling of like, what's around the next bend?
Absolutely.
Because say you like yourself or whatever, and Scott or whatever, you're like, okay, I want to kill a mature. I would love to kill whatever. Maybe not so much inches as a goal, but I
don't look at
big
inches.
deer. But if you go,
Good thing.
Yes.
if up there we're in a place like it was probably a mature deer, or had to have been, but that really showed
That
up
was
in
a
the
mature
microphone.
I think you knocked the stain off that side.
Yeah.
Well, I caught staying some other place.
But just a good deer would have been the excitement, the story, the
Right.
memory of the travel or whatever would be just
Back
as
and forth,
awesome
back and
as having maybe not quite, but it would be comparable to having the history and like the tactics that you use at home that go out the door when you're hunting places that you don't know.
Yeah,
Some of the
And-
best hunts I've
And
ever
it's
had.
fun.
Yeah.
It's like truly fun.
it is.
Some of the best
I love
hunts,
it.
memories that I have hunting are with like Logan. Me and Logan, we may not have killed a whole bunch of critters while we was hunting, but man,
yeah.
something always happens. It's just like off
Catch
the
your boots
wall.
on fire.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy. I had a mature 4-pointer walk within 5 yards of me one time, and I was on the ground filming him.
Really?
Yeah, that
A
was
mature 4-pointer?
yeah. Like
Damn.
all of a sudden, Logan he's like buck, and then it come down, and I just hear crunching right beside me. So I mean, I just had my handy cam, and I just kind of tilted it there, and then I just kind of looked over there, and I just see tines out of the corner of my eyes, and I mean, he's feeding from like me to the wall, and I'm like, holy cow! And I'm like, why aren't you shooting this deer, Logan? And then all of a sudden, you hear the deer just take off running, and Logan, and then you hear him start cussing, But
it's worth a try.
but yeah, I mean,
Did
it
you
was
tell
just,
him you should have had a crossbow?
and that, yeah,
I'll say this about public. So I told Dustin the story. There was a guy, I won't say names, that ticked me off. Ticked me off bad because I used to hang. We all hung out
Jimmy.
in bow. Yeah, it was Jimmy. Hung out in bow shops, and at the time, I don't maybe hunted public a couple times, but we have a really good farm, you know, and when I was going hunting, I was hunting the farm, and I was hunting early season, mid season. I was still hunting a bunch, but I was patterning these deer, hunting these deer. And I remember a guy telling me one time, he's like, it's like shooting fish in a bucket. You don't even know what real hunting's like. Well, I just want to tell you, if you listen to this son of a bitch, I killed some fucking giants on public, bud.
I didn't know that was going.
Sorry, dude.
there was some feeling behind it.
That's a bad way to say it. But you remember, like, that rubbed me wrong for so
you let
long.
your actions speak louder than the words.
It got underneath my. I shouldn't have said those curse words on this.
Dude.
I'm so sorry.
You can send it. You can send it.
It was like that's something that itched me bad.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and
There's always those must be nice guys.
yeah, it must be nice. And guess what? I wish your backyard was public. I'd go kill the biggest buck on that now, dude. Like, I'm just like, that's like I don't feel like I'm an a-hole, but when somebody says like something towards me like that,
Because that's not your demeanor at all. You're one of the nicest, humblest people.
I've always been one of those guys that's like, oh, you can't do that. Okay, that's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yep.
And I remember sitting in that bow shop one day, and a couple other guys were in there and kind of chuckled. I'm like, okay, guys, watch this. Watch this.
Yep.
Next couple years, watch this.
Yeah.
Right on?
Killed some.
Yeah, killed some
But
good ones.
sometimes, you know what? Maybe that's the best thing that happened to you. It lit you that fire.
Yeah, it did.
Because there's
it lit
nothing
a fire.
wrong with
And
being
it
obsessed with
expanded.
chasing big bucks. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with not being obsessed with chasing big bucks.
Talking about public land, well, Mikey, that deer that he was getting on public land, we'd hunted several times, and I'm sure I know you guys have seen it, but a double drop time, it was
Yeah.
10 point, like something like that. He'd had pictures of that deer forever, and obviously I'm not going to say that area, but I don't even know if that deer's alive anymore. But people are like, man,
I think it is. It was last
it?
year.
2 years ago, I think.
I talked to Jamie the other day.
Oh, really?
He thinks it's still alive. I think it's got one right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And something like that is like, man, that's really cool. It's not going to score the highest, but
No.
killing a double drop time buck would be badass. Public land.
That
whole
drop
area.
time buck that they killed next to my farm this year.
That was on public?
No. Well, I mean, it was living off of, not far off of private.
I see what you're saying, though. But just, the paddle buck,
There's a lot of people after that deer, and there's a lot of people that had pictures of it
Wasn't
that
that-
was not there.
Wasn't that killed with a crossbow?
Yeah. I can't say it, but there was no corn involved, and I can't say nothing. He may listen to this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got the buck.
You know, that's one thing I will say about big bucks is, I mean, you can relate big bucks to money, to anything like that. They make men do stupid things. They make
And
men
if you
have
have
dirt, evil
if you
hearts
have
if
money,
you let it.
if you have
And
money,
that's
you
why-
can't chase them.
That's why the Bible says
yeah.
the Bible doesn't say it doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's
and
it,
it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like bucks. Killing big bucks is not the root of all evil. It's the love of it and what it's going to make you do. If it's going to
Yeah.
make you cut your buddy's throat because
Yeah.
he's stepping on you, like that's when it's like, oh,
It's too far.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
And
when you're out there for just because you honestly enjoy it, that's where
Yeah.
and that's that's kind of what kind of killed it for me is I've seen too many people just like
It'll
I'm like, dude,
tear you
I don't
apart.
care about them
Yeah.
that much till I get into fist fights and like
No.
I would never do that.
No, it's not. If I ever even get close to that, I hope you guys grab me by the shirt and be like, "Hey, wait the heck up," because that's not what you're in it for.
Yeah.
You done this
For
because this
the-
was your goal, not because
Yeah.
somebody else. Like I don't have a vendetta about people killing big bucks. It does upset me when I hear the story to most of them that they weren't legit. That upsets me, but I understand the feeling they have of whenever they get to wrap their hands around a big deer. Like I understand that feeling, and I'm proud they have that
I love
feeling. Do I love the way they may have done it? Maybe not, but it's not my area to judge.
yeah.
So
I speak on what I believe in, and it creates conversation. I say some of the things I say. It creates people to be like, "Oh, I don't like that." I'm not really an asshole. I just
Well,
I'm making fun, but like that's just what I believe. So
Anybody nowadays that gets offended by that, it's like, you ought to hear the way we talk at each other at work. I mean,
yeah,
like,
man,
if somebody
locker
had
room
thin
talk.
skin
Yeah.
would be.
But the truth of what we're saying though is like, you still got. I will never go. I promise. When you can show me the biggest buck you have on camera,
Yeah.
I will never go hunt that buck.
I won't either. I mean, me and him hunt some same spots. Me and him's a different story. If Tony shows me a picture of a deer, I won't go in without him. I know if I show Trevor a picture of a deer, he won't go in without me.
Right.
It's like it's a mutual respect. I knew
It's a
some deer killed
code.
last year that you called me or talked to me about a deer that all he had to do is he said, "Do you know where this guy has this deer on camera?" And I said, "Over here, a spot that I have never hunted, never had a trail camera on." But in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna put a camera here. And a week later, it's the three antlered buck, the 3 main bean buck. I ain't gonna say who it was.
Oh yeah.
I had already had in my head I was going to put cameras out and hunt that this year. Well, he told me all he had to do is say, "You know where he has it on camera?" And I said, "Is it over by here?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's just something correlated. Like I wanted to go there, but I never stepped foot in it because I knew he had it on camera.
Yeah.
And
You remember that the sheds I brought in here of that giant?
the big boy, yeah.
So the year that he was out there, I'll never forget. Like I brought several of my buddies hunting with me over there, and this is the type of person I am. I brought them out there to hunt with me, and they all asked me. They're like, well, "What do I do if the big boy shows up?" And I'm like, "Why would you even ask me that?
Right.
Like, I hope you shoot him." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, you've been chasing him." I was like, I brought you out here. I'd rather you shoot him than it get hit by a car or
Yeah.
have somebody
Yeah.
poach it
Yeah.
or something like that. At least if you shoot it, I can lay hands on it and I can be excited.
I did show
with
Trevor
it,
that one
like-
time. The velvet buck. I said you can. I think it's a little bit different whenever it's like private and public, maybe because public land I would never say this, and I kind of feel like a dick now, because he came up and like, "Yeah, Trevor, you can kill any deer you want, just not like this one."
Well,
it ended up being the velvet buck. Like
the
second day of bow
it was
season.
the second day of bow season, and I don't know. Just
And I wasn't,
the
I
fact
wouldn't,
that it
and I
happened.
wouldn't have been mad if like it is. I was kind of like, this is the one that I'm like. This is the only deer I'm going to shoot tonight, unless something like really big comes in. I'll kind of just let them know like, hey, like if anything comes in and you want to shoot, like you have free roam. But if this one comes in, like this is the one that I'm after.
So here's
I'm hoping I wasn't a dick on that.
here's my take on that.
Have you ever watched? No, I didn't.
So here's my take on that. So our farm, if I let now you've hunted my farm.
Yeah.
If I let you hunt my farm, my rule is, it's not really a rule. I don't care what you shoot. I want you to shoot the biggest buck. I would rather you not shoot the smallest. I'm gonna be a lot more happy if you shoot the big buck.
I'm not going to say I'm going to
That's
be
how I
mad,
would
but I'm
too,
going
like,
to be a lot more
if you
happy.
come
No,
up
I won't
and-
be mad.
If you
Yeah.
shoot a year and a half year old, especially as a season, if you're like a seasoned bow hunter, or you should be, like, don't shoot the 2-year-old.
Well, I took Ethan one year, and I'll say that Ethan, he knows I was a little disappointed because that's like the rule of thumb. It's like, I don't care what deer I have on camera. I don't care what you kill.
Yeah.
Just don't kill young ones. And Ethan goes out there and kind of told him the same thing. Don't shoot it unless you're going to put it on the wall. And he shot like a beautiful like 2-year-old 9-point or 10-point. It was like, man, good job.
Did he put it on the wall?
No, but like
Damn it, Ethan.
I'm going to be.
I mean, he would have been safe if he'd have just put it on the wall. I mean,
but that's my mentality. Is like, if I'm going to take you to my woods, I want you to shoot the biggest buck.
Yeah.
You know-
And at least even in that moment, because I know like you don't have much time to hunt. And I don't know, yeah, because I can't believe I really said that. Like, this is the deer I'm after. But but you know, like you know you're not going to shoot a 1.5-year-old. But I know that if a good 3 or whatever comes up, no matter what, like if you don't shoot it, I'm gonna be like, why the hell did you shoot that deer? Even if it's something that maybe I would have like this last year, the deer that was in half velvet that we were 40 yards from, we were sitting at the hay bale.
Oh,
That deer, that's not a deer that I was after. But I'm not trying to be like, well, that's not good enough for me. This is good enough for you. But like, I would have been like, why didn't you shoot that? It would have been as big as bow buck. It was 120 some inch, probably 8 or 9. I don't know, a good deer. But I'd already had my sights on something different. And we hunted this deer, or we hunted this area, and that
forgot
deer
about
walked
that
up,
hunt. I don't know
and
why.
he even drew back on it and everything. And like, I was so freaking excited. And I promise you, if he would have shot that deer, it would have been amazing. But like, would I've shot it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was after a couple different bucks, and I just had my mind set. I enjoyed filming him. I enjoyed watching him, and I would have been super happy if he would have killed him. And it would have never been like, well, I'm glad you did that because I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't. That's not how I am, and I don't ever want to come off like that. Even though I may say things that I don't mean that.
And that's the hard thing for me to say. It's like, yes, I'll be disappointed if you shoot a small buck. It's not because I'm like, you shot a small buck. It's because I want
them to grow.
I want them to grow. I want them to see the potential. And the truth be told, if you're going to shoot it for meat, I've got a doe problem. You could have shot 5 or 6.
Have a lot of does.
Yeah, you could have shot 5 or 6 does before you shot that.
You know, like a lot of does.
I don't know.
You got a lot.
I wish I had. I mean, I say that like our buck to doe ratio isn't right.
No,
but it's not easy to go out on the farm and shoot does. There's so many times we don't have any deer within. We don't even see deer, or definitely within bow range. It's a tough place to hunt.
Yeah. I just like go back. I will never take somebody hunting to one of my stands and tell them. I'm not trying to be mean to you because you said that while ago and tell them what to shoot. You can shoot whatever you want. I just would rather you shoot the bigger deer.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. And I'm gonna be pumped.
Yeah, I remember I took my daughter out there.
That's different.
This was before
yeah,
she was
that's a little different.
A little kid.
Yeah. Well, this was before
shoot whatever.
Well, this is why I kind of felt bad is because she wasn't even legally able to hunt yet. I was just taking her out for rifle season. Well, he set us up in his barn, and all of a sudden here comes this spike coming across the field, and I was like, man, I'm looking at it, and my daughter's like, shoot it, Dad, shoot it. And I was like, well, I said, I don't know where I want to shoot little bucks. And she goes, oh, man. And I was like, well, I said, I think he'd understand.
Yeah.
I shot it. And then, and I was like, hey, man. I was like, sorry, man. I shot a spike or whatever. And he's like, did Kaylee see it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, heck yeah.
Yeah. That's a different.
And I still remember that was one of my favorite hunts. And because I remember getting out of the tree, I was hunting across like the field up on the hill from him. And I remember like getting halfway across the field and Kaylee come running. Oh, Dan! And she was little at the time. Shot a deer, and I'm like, whoa. That's different. Yeah, that's 100% different.
Yeah, I agree.
That was awesome. That was a good one.
Oakley watched me have to slit that doe's throat this fall, and she's just like, and Dad's cutting his throat, like no big deal. Because I kind of shot her high, and I'm like, well, she's still moving. No sense wasting a bullet. She's 60 yards from me. I'm just gonna go finish her off real quick, you know. And I'm like, hey sis, you stay over here. Well, I'm gonna film on the camera. I'm like, yeah, you do that. And I was trying to like not let her see, and I could hear her talking on the camera about what exactly I'm doing, and she's like, no big deal. She understood the cycle of life.
He pulled out a cucumber.
You remember this? Hey, this is the Journey Unknown podcast, and this is episode 31. If you guys are watching this, like, follow, subscribe. Please leave a review. Tell us how much we sucked, how much better we can do. If we're doing a good job, you can tell us that too. If you have any suggestions, any people you like to see on here, anything, shoot us a message. We're going to continue to do the road to Iowa, and hopefully while we're in Iowa, continue to do what's going on. You know, it'll be here soon.
Yep. 6 weeks.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It'll be here soon.
I'm excited to get up there in 2 weeks.
Yes, that is in 2 weeks.
Excited.
2 weeks, the 15th.
This weekend, we got to start getting shit ready to rock and
Yep.
roll.
We're gonna get some plots out, some cameras out, get the bows out, get them undusted. It's time.
Time to start.
Undusted.
I wouldn't mind especially when you get your strings. Let's all get together and shoot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's all get together and shoot.
If I knew tonight was gonna be, especially when he's like, well, I'm coming in at like 7. I'm like, it's gonna be a long podcast, which I was ready for it. I've thoroughly enjoyed this podcast
it's
too.
been fun.
Had a lot of fun. We got to. It was more my style of what my image of podcasting was going to be. It's BSing, a few curse words slip here and there, like not slip, but like you're not reserved. Yeah. You're having fun. You're telling stories. You're forgetting the mics here. I probably even forgot to hit the button on the deal to record it.
It's still paused.
It probably is. But like this is a style that I see. Enjoy. Like this is deer camp talk. This is from the heart. This is from the hip. This is maybe a fisherman's story that's a little far stretched. It is what it is. And with that, we're gonna fling some arrows.
Stay wild.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.